gonna drive this fella home.
Okay.
I had so much fun.
Thank you.
And we're gonna come back. Let me touch base with Xander.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out a way to get us maybe like every other week. That's like, I don't know what you
If
want.
you can do every week, that's how we get followers.
Okay, so we need to figure out a time.
Figure out a day and time that's easy for both of you.
Got it.
Yeah.
I know the only thing is I know Fridays he's off work, which would be the best, but we're always leaving for cons. So
So what do we need to do? Just sit when it's almost 7?
Yeah.
Get ready? I feel like I'm like not used to this before. So right now, if they go on my Ustream, they don't see anything. Do I have to log in right now?
They see that. They see that.
But don't I have to log into my Ustream on your thing? How do you?
You're live. You should be live.
You already went in?
Yeah.
I should have.
Because we linked it. We linked it last time we did. Yeah.
Technology.
That's awesome, huh?
that was super fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Cammy was fun.
Yes. She is. She's very fun. You guys tolerated me very nicely.
Oh, stop it.
Very nice.
The chat
Freaking ready. Should we shut the door?
Yeah, can you shut the door too? Yeah. All right, so let me make sure the mic is on.
Where do we see the questions and stuff?
I think he's gonna bring over an iPad or something, right?
Cool.
We'll check we'll tell him to tweet me or tweet you or both, because Ustream chat doesn't work anymore. Test. So it's on now. The mic.
Yo. Check. Hey.
So I guess shut that. Are we ready to go? How do I even know they can hear me? We're good.
Well, I can turn this up.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. All right. So hi.
This is crazy.
This is so weird.
All right.
Where do we look?
Where do we look?
Oh, okay, up there.
Dude, you should know we're in your apartment. Bro.
Welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. Tonight is Wednesday. It's February 3rd, 2016. Tonight on my show, my longtime friend Bryce from the Rocket Summer is
High
here.
fives.
Now check this out, people at home. If you're watching for the first time, hello. My name is DJ Rossstar. I've been doing this show since 2002. Now check this out. I started in college, but since 2004, I've only done this live show in my apartment in Culver City, California. But guess what, Bryce? We are no longer in the apartment.
It looks like your apartment, dude.
14 years later, we got an upgrade. We are now at the infamous, not even infamous, famous Meltdown Comics on Sunset Boulevard.
You've seen Wayne's World, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know how, when they get bought out and it's all corporate and they go to the
And they make
studio and they made it
fake
look
backdrop?
just like their apartment? Yeah, that's what this is like.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So we're actually at Meltdown Comics, and if you're not familiar, the Nerdist, huge podcast, Chris Hardwick, they do that here. And I believe they film After Hours on Comedy Central here. And now we're in their brand new studio. We got HD cameras. But I wanted to keep it real, Bryce, as you just said. So our green screen backdrop is my apartment. Because that's
dude,
what...
you didn't even tell me, what if I would have showed up wearing a green shirt? In fact, I almost did wear a green shirt, dude.
Do you think I have any green screen experience in my life besides today? Zero.
You would be able to see,
Is that
the
true?
Poster.
That's what happens?
Oh, yeah, if you wear
on
green. Oh, yeah, it definitely would show the background.
That's so cool.
I'm surprised your hat isn't actually...
Well, this is a camo hat.
Yeah.
So
Disguise.
Yeah,
cool.
disguise. So this is so bizarre to me because, we're in a studio, but there's still nobody, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of like a DIY show.
Yeah, it is. Very
so
DIY.
check it out.
That's
We
right.
are live. You posted to all your fans, right?
I posted on Twitter and Facebook.
All your fans and friends. Maybe you want to do an Instagram post.
I'll do an Instagram.
We want to hear from you tonight. What's great about not being in my apartment is that we have Wi-Fi here, so we can see the questions a lot faster.
Oh, rad.
So if you have questions for Bryce tonight, you want to ask him, you're here to talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is tweet me at DJ Rossstar. That's DJ ROSSSTAR. There's 3 S's in my name, and every Twitter that I get,
Every tweet
that I get,
Twitter.
Sorry, old senior moment. Every tweet that we get, we will read live on the air.
How did you do this tweet?
In fact,
Twitter
Kelsey said
thing?
already, I like that you can see the line of the green screen wall.
You can see it.
What do you mean? What do you mean the line? I'm not familiar with what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I think this is cool. This is an upgrade.
It's great, dude.
Well, while
sorry, I'm not. I'm just getting your Insta ready.
You
took the.
I'll tell them really quickly while you
snapped
do
this
that.
photo as we were starting.
Let me tell you what happened. So I've been doing the show since 2002, live from my apartment. Now we're at Meltdown Comics. I do interviews. Bryce from the Rocket Summer, Fall Out Boy has been on the show. Chris from the Foo Fighters, Paramore, Panic at the Disco, Katy Perry. I've been doing interviews for years. Over 3,000 guests have been on the show.
That's
You Found
insane.
Glory, My Chemical Romance, Co-Eating Cambria. And that's what I'm going to keep doing at Meltdown Comics. So I'm excited to be here.
Dude,
I
happy
do
for
hope
you
you
man.
guys send
Thank
me
you for
questions.
Thank you for having me on the show, dude.
No, you know what?
I feel so rude that I'm trying.
No, don't be rude.
I'm trying to post this photo on
Why are you being rude?
Instagram.
No, man, it's all
so
good.
that people.
I'm
come
just excited.
hang.
I'm just excited that we're on
Cool.
at Meltdown because usually the show is just on Ustream, but now we're on. They said 20 different live sites. So we're gonna
Wow.
So people are looking at different websites that we've never heard of, and they're like, who are those 2 hot guys in their late 20s? I want to click on this video and see what they're all about.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
Yeah.
And we got the free water.
Got freaking free water.
I got
some Star Wars.
we got my sponsors as always, Hint Water and
Yeah,
Ace
dude.
Cider hanging out on the table.
What's this?
We got some
reading
note.
material? What
Well,
is
we're
this?
gonna
Treasure
do a
Island?
donation system later.
Oh,
where
okay.
People can donate money to
Okay.
help me survive in LA, and you will sign some stuff, and we will mail it to them.
There you go.
Which Kayla was a big fan. She has already donated, so she's already got her
Kayla.
book signed. And we
Is
do
it
need
K or is it Kayla?
K-A-Y.
K-Y.
We do need a
That's-
studio audience, so let's bring in some people from the outside
Got
world.
my mom's middle name is K.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't
Every
know why
kiss
you know
begins with K. Welcome to the studio, Matt and Jeannie.
Hey guys.
Want to know a secret? They also come to every show in the apartment.
Really?
So now it's really
Wait, every single one?
only
he's
the
like,
big
no.
ones. Only when the Rocket
wow.
Summer comes over.
You're
So
just
Matt, if
saying
you look
that.
at the screen, look at the backdrop of the show.
Isn't
It's
that
the
nuts?
apartment. Isn't that funny?
You should...
I think it's awesome.
See, the people watching, they have no idea. They think that we're in the apartment. So we keep talking about this thing. Or we should post a photo of just the green screen so they know.
Your hair kind of,
Well, what's funny is that we have, my girlfriend and I live together, we have my wall and her wall, so this is mostly shots of her wall. That's Bayside and Green Day, that's mine. Well, it's Green Day's hers also. This is her records, like Rolling Stones, and then that's her Bret Michaels poster under you and her Cat House poster, so this is really almost like, tribute to her part of the wall.
Cool.
Yeah.
Rad.
Do you have, you're married, that's a
I
known,
am,
that's a known
yeah,
fact.
I
At your
am.
house, do you have like a wall like that with plaques or posters?
Plaques,
or
all of my...
some of your framed Rocket Summer stuff from tours.
You know what's so
gone
funny
by?
is we actually just got a plaque from the people that made the new album Zoetic. They, like, when I say the people that made it, the manufacturer, I think it was like disc makers or something. They sent us a little plaque, and it's got the album and the CD, and
It says nothing sold yet.
yeah, it says
To be continued.
congrats on paying us to make this.
That's
what it
cool though.
said. But yeah, it was like, whoa, I got a plaque, like my friends.
In all your years playing music, which is, I don't want to make you feel old, but it's almost 20 years, right? 99 since you've been active in the scene.
I'm gonna.
That's
yeah.
only 16 years. Only 16 years.
Yeah, I've been
You've won
playing
awards.
music for.
Did you win? You won like a Woody, didn't you? You
Uh,
must have won some award at some country in all these years.
I won like most likely to be in a band or something like in high school. That was like
Okay.
the one thing I won, and then I was in a band like pretty much then. So
When you first started Rocket Summer, did you play with anyone from your high school class?
yeah,
Those
oh
are your
yeah,
buddies?
oh yeah, oh yeah. When we started touring, it was like just anybody who wanted to tour with me pretty much came with me, and I pretty much have employed at some point all of my friends. So.
And where are they now?
They all,
doctors, lawyers,
Yeah,
and
pretty much. At some point, they're like, "All right, this is crazy." So
And it's great. We were talking about it before. You've been constant with your music, and you've never had any kind of side projects or anything, which I'm surprised, honestly. Most musicians, sometimes they'll make something that's totally different than what fans are used to, and they call it something else.
Well,
You've
you know,
never done that.
it's funny you say that because the new album, Zoetic, is kind of a, not really intentionally, but kind of in a way a hard left turn. And there was a moment where I was actually wondering if it should be a side project or something, because I just written so many songs for it, and some of it got really heavy and some of it got kind of weird. And I ended up just compiling it down to an album and realized, bands evolve. I think that my favorite bands evolved. It's like, just because something sounds a little different doesn't mean you should, like, start all over or something, So
Well, when you go back on your discography, which is pretty big, are there any songs now that you're older that you're embarrassed about that will forever be available in audio form?
yeah, but why would I want to bring that up? It's
I
like
mean,
I
'cause
don't put it out in the air like
Well, do you still
I
have
wrote
to,
this
do you
really
still
bad song
have to
this
play
one
any of
time.
those on tour? Any of the hits that maybe you're
Oh,
over?
I mean,
because
I
it's a
just-
little cheesy, but you still have to play them.
I mean, we have a shirt that says Brat Pack for life on it, and so I pretty much just have to play that for life, I guess. But no, I'm proud of all the songs, and they all have a story and a history, and I just can't believe that anybody cares. And so if they want to hear the songs, I play them.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
I feel like when you play Brat Pack, the song, it probably has the biggest sing along of the whole night. Am I right?
I
Or one
mean,
of the biggest.
it's one of the bigger sing-alongs. But anytime I do a support tour, I'd never play that song.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Anytime we're opening for somebody, it's like, let's just
Okay.
yeah. The new record is like pretty much the anti Brat Pack, but it's cool.
So if you're watching for the first time and you have no clue the Rocket Summer is, go to YouTube and look up Brat Pack. Watch the
Why would you
video.
do that?
It's a wild house party. How long did it take to film that video? Was that your first video?
No, it was second or third, but we did that video in Fort Worth and in Dallas, and I think we did it over like 2 days. I shot I was like a waiter in it. Man, why are we talking about that
I'm just
song? I
curious.
just made this record.
Yeah.
it's like oh, let's
I
talk
can't
about
even
that.
I can't even pronounce the name of
Um,
the record. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, well, we can talk
Hey,
about
we
that.
could let's
Yeah.
invite them in. Hey, Matt, bring them in. We got some old some previous guests on the show that are here hanging out. Hey, Jimmy. join us. Have a seat or come hang out for a second.
People watching?
I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it as apartment-y as possible.
Beautiful.
And these two have been in my apartment before. I don't know if Matt was at that show. Yeah. See, this is so weird. This is like 360 right here. I love it.
Both in bands? No.
Yes, both in bands.
What band were you in? Or are you? That's what I thought. When you walked in, I saw you. No, when I saw you, I was like, I think she was in Morning Wood, but I yeah.
You sound just like it. That was uncanny.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, so far you missed me asking Bryce questions of things that happened to him 15 years ago. So now we're going to try to get up to speed.
Now we're going to start talking about things that
Yes.
happened to you 15. No.
You have a new record called Zoetic.
Zoetic.
I don't have a big vocabulary. Jimmy, do you know what Zoetic means?
No clue. Something to do with Miss Zoe? Some girl named Zoe?
Zoe?
Yeah, I mean,
Poetic? No?
in a way, I mean,
Like Zen poetry?
zoetic is an actual word in the dictionary that is defined as of or relating to life, living, or vital. How
Aha.
crazy is that?
How do you?
Yeah,
Did
and
you
so
just open a dictionary and point, and that was the word you landed on?
I was just looking. I remember one day I was looking for a word that basically meant alive, and I came across it, and I thought it was like the most beautiful word ever. And so I felt like it really represented the sound of the album, which is kind of really explosive and high energy. So
As you are right now with your soft tone voice.
hey, I'm talking into the mic. They can hear
Why
me.
not
just
call
fine.
the record alive?
Why? Why when you can call it Zoetic?
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And no one has anyone used that word in the history of music?
I don't.
They don't say Zoetic.
They
That's
feel
what they
so.
say a lot. You think any musician has ever used Zoetic in a lyric?
I don't
I've never heard that word.
I don't
She's gonna
believe
look it
so.
up.
Hey, if somebody did though, what I mean, you can look it up, but I'll bet you, just like I was gonna bet that you were the girl from Morningwood, that this
Hedging your bet.
that no one has used that word.
I'm gonna just say no. I'm gonna say no. For you're the first.
That's right. That's right.
The
Cool.
first ever, huh? Is there
According to my Google.
on this new record? Is there a song called Zoetic?
There was a song that I wrote called Zoetic for the record that did not make the record. Funny enough.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why not?
Just because it didn't feel right at the end. I mean, I wrote
That's
probably
awesome.
I
I
wrote
like
and
what you
recorded
did.
like something like 50 some odd songs, and
Okay.
when I just compiled it down, I was like, that's not the right one, even though the album's named after that word. But
Can you give it? You don't have to sing it, but what was the word Zoetic in the song, and what was the line?
I don't know. I'd have to come back to that.
50 songs is a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Rhyme poetic with Zoetic, 'cause I'm
Pathetic?
Yeah.
Pathetic?
Pathetic. Yeah.
No?
Felt pathetic. Making that many songs for that long. I was
No.
in the studio for like a year or
This is
something.
your first
But
album in 4 years, right?
it is the first album in 4
It's
years.
a long time. They're excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing for 4 years, man? Get it together.
Well, dude, I was okay. So
do you
first
do?
of all, the record came out not April, June 2012. We toured for a straight year on it, 2013. Moved to LA, made an EP, and so I didn't start writing the record till 2014. And I just wrote a ton. So really, I only worked on it for like a year and a half, but it was still considerably longer than I'd ever worked on any other album. So
Why make the move here after so many years living in Texas?
I just came out here to make a record. I didn't think I was actually moving here. I thought I was going to be here for a couple months, and that turned into now like 2 years. So we'll see. I mean, I still claim Dallas is home. So I just
Yeah.
kind of came out
Are
here
you
to.
fellow Texan?
Yeah, Fort Worth. Well, I lived there
No way. That's where I'm from.
Creek Boulevard.
No way.
My brother went to St. Mark.
Oh my gosh. I grew up in Grapevine, Texas.
So little, I don't.
Oh, okay.
But I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, Fort Worth is the best. The best.
I only
Do you ever go back?
No, I only remember grass growing brown. That's literally my only memory.
Yeah, it's really yellow
I
and
wish we had, like,
brown
a
and
second
flat
camera
there,
to show the
but
audience. I don't know how that works.
yeah.
No, I like that. I should turn to the GoPro. I went to Fort Worth this summer for my first time, or not even this summer, recently, and I did love it. And we watched the running of the bulls, not the running, but every day.
Stockyards, yeah.
Stockyards. Twice a day, they patrol. They parade them down the street. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my magical Fort Worth experience.
Now you
A lot of
not
They were walking them to
Yeah.
McDonald's to be slaughtered. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
That's
Death
definitely.
zoetic.
What's the opposite of zoetic? Is there a word for it?
Death. Yeah. Death zoetic, like death magnetic.
So how many songs are on this upcoming album?
This one 11.
11
so,
songs. So
Yeah.
what'd you do with the 39?
They're just sitting
extra
there.
songs.
They're just sitting there. I just kind of figured if I ever die tragically like Tupac or something, I'll just be able to keep releasing records. You
That's
know,
a
it's
cool
life
idea.
life insurance for my wife. You know,
If you died, would you want to be brought back as a hologram in some way? Like a duet with one of your favorite artists that's still
sure,
alive?
why not?
That'd be an honor.
I wouldn't know, so
But you'd be okay with it, like
sure, why not?
yeah.
Yeah. As long as they're not cloning me. Or
Have you in all your albums have you done a duet with anyone, male or female?
not vocally. Definitely, a lot of people have.
Ahem.
Wait, what?
What is there?
Well, no, like people.
Vocally.
People have.
Well, they could have played.
People
like,
have played on the record. Yeah, people have played on the record and
But you
stuff.
never done,
But
like, a singing thing, like back and forth, like a Meatloaf Paradise with the
no,
dashboard light.
it's
One
a
of those.
good idea. Morningwood, the next record. So, yeah, that's the. What's our band? Big in Texas. Yeah, it's the name of the band. Cool.
Ah, there you go. Bit. I like it. Yes. So, how long did it take you to pick these 11 songs out of the 50? Did you have like one of those walls where you write down every song and you try to put them in order that
Pretty
makes
much.
sense? Everything?
Not a wall, but yeah, like on the internet, like a big to-do list that I would check off things every day on. I don't know how long it took. It took a while. The whole thing kind of feels like Interstellar. Did you see that movie?
Yes, I did.
You know, he goes away for like what feels like 15 minutes, and he comes back, and everyone's older, and
Yeah.
it's like that's what going into the studio making this record felt like. 'Cause
Jeez.
when I was done, I was like, yeah, no time went by. But
Well, you look good for being in the studio for a long time. I remember you came over
You
to
stay out of the
promote.
sun.
You came over to promote a record in like 2008, and you looked like a mountain man. You had a full beard back then. Remember that?
yeah, I do remember that.
Do you still
yeah.
rock the beard when you're
yeah,
on tour?
Yeah, sure.
Your wife's into it. She likes facial hair.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. What about
Yeah.
the hair? Would you ever consider a short haircut in the future, or do you just want to keep it long?
Oh my gosh.
want to keep it going.
Are these questions from fans or from you right
From
now?
me. I'm just looking at your beautiful locks. I'm just thinking about it.
What's going on?
Yeah.
No,
What's fan questions?
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
looking at your hair.
Maybe I'd cut it. I don't know. I don't think about it too much. You know what's funny actually? I get about 2 haircuts a year, and I'm getting one tomorrow. So maybe I'll go.
What do
in
you
and-
tell him to do? Cut it
Yeah,
that much?
just cut a few inches off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't want to. I want to talk more about you.
Okay.
Um,
By the way, everyone,
how-
Bryce thought this was a 30-minute interview with song breaks in between. So that's why he's a little shocked that it's an hour with no music.
Yeah, you told me right. But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, Zoetic is out February 26th.
February 26th.
Okay,
yeah.
so for the people at home, albums now come out on Fridays, so that's why it's the 26th.
Yeah.
So you don't forget about that.
Super excited.
Wait, we have camera angles?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's so weird. What? That's so weird. I love that.
That's amazing, dude.
Wow. Okay. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Then we'll take fan questions. You wanted to ask me
You're
something?
into country music these days, right?
I
That's-
love country music
yeah,
now.
I ran into you at the what was that place called?
The Malibu Cafe.
Yeah.
Malibu Country Cafe.
We were just hanging in Malibu,
Yeah, we're just doing our thing.
acting.
Drinking $14
acting
cocktails.
rich.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, you guys know, listening to rock radio, I don't consider this rock music. There's all these dance
Yeah.
beats and ballads, and they play Adele on K-Rock now. What is that? It's not rock music. I'm not saying
Good
it's bad,
point.
but why is Adele on K-Rock? That doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
It's mind-blowing. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I like Go Country. I've been preaching this to my friends because these
Yeah.
country songs now, they have like huge sounding drums and cool guitar solos and
Yeah.
just fun, catchy like anthems. It's just anthemic music.
Yeah, it's good tunes. Good tunes. Country's in my blood. It's in her blood, I'm sure.
Yeah. You've never gone country though, huh?
Never gone country.
All
I
your
mean,
albums.
I written
Tad.
written some country jams, but yeah.
But you're not slowing down with this new record. This is a rock
No,
record. There's no
rock
not
record.
all acoustic songs or anything like that, right? You're
Yeah, no, it's definitely the most rock record.
the
I've
most
ever-
rock
yeah,
record.
Without a doubt.
That's exciting to hear.
Without a doubt.
So you will definitely not be on K-Rock, but at least you'll be here, right? I'm sure other stations though.
K Rock actually played one of the songs recently.
I
so,
remember you were
yeah.
super excited about
But it
it.
was like one time. So
Was it the
we'll see.
420?
It was 420.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah, Striker.
That's
Striker
awesome.
rules.
Striker
Yeah.
does rule. I wish they did more stuff like that. There's another one out here, 95.5. I like that station. It's classic rock, but they have like
Yeah.
actual interview shows like this where they interview musicians, and I think that's cool. We got to keep the interviewing alive, everybody at home. There's only so many of these shows left, right? Like, think about it. You have
Yeah.
a whole press run coming up for the album, and like, do you already know where else you're going besides here? Are there even other live shows anymore?
I don't think it's like this.
Probably
no.
doing a lot of
yeah.
like, call-in stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
written
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. This is cool.
I think
I'm
is
just
fun.
so tripped out looking at this monitor and seeing.
I'm just
your
honored
apartment.
we're here in the new studio, and
Yeah.
Matt and Jeannie and Jimmy and Chantel came here to hang out with us.
Super
And I'm honored that you guys, I haven't seen you in 3 years. You're like, I'm going to come watch your show, DJ Rossstar. So.
Yeah, where are you see it? I'm going to see some comedy.
The comedy as well.
Awesome.
So let's look at some tweets. We do have some messages for you, Bryce, and then we'll talk some more. Kelsey said, I'm watching Rocket Summer. This makes me feel like I'm 19 again.
Aw. How old are you?
20.
Yeah. The old days.
Alex
22.
says, do you think the hard left was an inevitability or feel it happened naturally while creating the new album? What does that mean? I'm sorry, the hard left?
I guess I. Oh, that's so rad. Man, this is pro, dude. This is pro. We're not very pro.
There's like links on the screen.
Yeah, there's like a link.
This is real.
No, I think it. I don't know if it was intentional. I think this time I just sort of allowed myself to follow the songs that were coming out naturally, and not really allow there to be any kind of subconscious, box to be in. And I think what ended up happening was just more of a kind of a rock record. I don't know. I just sort of followed the songs, and had a lot of pent up energy inside, and so that came out.
How did you do right now?
Yeah.
You have one of those like phone operator voices, like sex phone operator. I like it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Kyle says, "Yo, can the shoplifters open up for your Troubadour show?" Well, you probably already
Kyle's
have that
amazing.
booked, right?
We do. I don't know what's going on with the support situation, but Kyle is amazing.
You know Kyle.
Shoplifters.
Okay.
Kyle's been around forever. He rules.
Oh yeah, I recognize this
Kyle.
Clown 13. I remember him. I'll say I remember the screen name.
Yeah, he's rad.
That's cool. But you didn't answer the question. Stop avoiding it. Can he open up for you at the Troubadour?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Is
know.
that Farrell?
We'll see. We'll talk to our agent about it.
Eric
And the
said,
Troubadour and see what they
Erica
think.
says, "Tell Bryce we want all the B-sides."
All the B-sides. Okay. One day.
I
yeah.
mean, you recorded them, right? So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just gonna never release them. That's greedy of you. You gotta share them. Pay
Yeah, remember
pay
when
for
John
what
was
you
gonna
want. Do
die?
one of those things. They can pay like $1 if they want to hear them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Eric
funny.
Eric also said, "LOL, Beth LOLing at your goth pop comments." I think they're like having private
I
conversations.
think so.
Kelsey said, "Rocket Summer hates Brat Pack. Things I learned on the show."
I don't
in
hate-
I was in
Yo,
that music video.
I do not hate Brat Pack. Give me a break, guys. I don't hate it. I love it. It's just, I think anytime you play a song over and over and over again, sometimes you want to play the new stuff. So
Ever happened to you two playing music?
Oh yeah, this music.
Yeah.
I gotta play it because the audience wants it.
Right.
I don't want to play it.
But you gotta do it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I don't want to play it. I really do enjoy that song.
They always say you hate your single. That's like that
yeah.
saying, like you hate your single. That's like that is a common
Yeah.
saying in the music industry.
I certainly don't hate it, guys. I
Not
love
hate
it.
but, you know,
Yeah, like you find other songs more fun.
Yeah. You keep creating, you keep making music, and it's like, oh yeah, well that
But
was
then you
fun,
have the
but-
other side of it with the super fans that want to hear the tracks that you probably never play live, right?
Right,
And that's
right.
another issue because they
Yeah.
want to hear like the B side from 1999 that you have in your first
Yeah,
album,
and
but you don't know how to play it. You
We
don't
wouldn't
know-
even
you
know
don't
how to
the
play
words.
it.
Yeah. How do you please everyone? With was this album number 6?
Yeah, number 6.
How are
yeah.
you gonna make a set list now with 6 albums? This is hard.
We just play a long time, like 2.5
You're just
hours.
gonna keep playing a
yeah,
long time.
2.5 hours generally every night. Yeah, that's generally what we do. So
Well, you're gonna fit Brat Pack into the 2.5
yeah,
hour set
we
for
do.
sure.
Yeah. Maybe it's
Um,
a 2-hour set, so we'll see.
How many people will be on the live band this tour?
There are 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yeah, 3 of us.
Are you gonna have like clones? So when you take a break after the first hour and a half, you don't, you're able to come back and finish it. That's a long time for 3 people.
I don't know. It's funny. Clones.
Yeah, they just cloned a dog. I saw that on the news.
My mother-in-law is really into this like Ancestry.com thing where she finds out about like. Are you really into that?
Yeah, really.
Did
Is
you
it-
spit
is
in
it
the
a scam
cup?
or
Did
no?
you
Not yet, no.
Did you what?
I was asking.
Why are
if
you
she
spitting
spit
in
the
a cup?
Yeah.
It's a sex thing.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you spit in a cup and you send it in. They can find out all the stuff about you, and I hate that because it's like now they've got all
That
If,
just
if
sounds
there
like
are
they're- I
if
feel
there
like
are
they're- I feel
clones
like
of me
yeah.
one day, it's like I'm sorry.
I feel like they're gonna sell the spit to someone that you're not gonna know about it. Right? This is weird.
Rocket Summer Spit.
Yeah.
I'll be a clone sex doll.
Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first, audience.
Yeah.
What were we even talking about? Now you got me caught off guard here with the sex doll. Oh, so it's you plus 3 or you and 2 more? It's
Wait,
3
what?
total
Yeah,
on
there's
stage.
3 of us.
And
Yeah.
are the fans familiar with the other 2? Is it the same touring guys
Mhm,
past few
yeah,
years?
Yeah.
You
Teddy,
got
our
them to come
drummer.
out again,
Got him to come out.
and they play on the record too.
Well, my guitarist didn't. No, actually, no.
So you
Yeah.
have other people in the studio. You hire them, or
I
there's
did everything on the record.
drums too?
Uh huh. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. You
Yeah.
can just go on tour for 2.5 hours by yourself. Just play everything.
What Ed Sheeran did.
He's got that looper. I do a lot of looping stuff too. So,
Yeah.
But he's got like this like actual spaceship on stage. Have you seen it?
No, that's Matt's
It's like
thing.
the nuttiest thing. Yeah. No, it's just one looper. I have a bunch of loopers. I do a lot of looping. Like I do that. I play drums and I'll kind of create a song from
Ed Sheeran is your thing. What?
yeah. Ed
He's got an Ed
Sheeran's
Sheeran
great.
T-shirt.
Ed Sheeran's great. Yeah, he's awesome.
How many years have you been touring with these 2 guys?
Guitarist only a few months actually.
Okay, it's kinda
but our
new.
drummer a few years. Yeah.
What do you
he's
run out of
amazing.
things to talk about after like years of knowing each other and traveling? Is there like ever awkward silence where there's nothing left to say? Like right now? What?
You set it up for me to do that. You kind of teed it up.
Let's see what Twitter's doing. Hang on. Twitter, send questions for Rocket Summer if we want to know what you're saying. Someone, do you want to talk about the record? Is there like a pre-sale? Is there like package special books or something
Yeah.
they can get or posters?
Yeah, we did a really special pre-order for this album, which you've never done before, with Pledge, which is cool. Normally it's just like, get a T-shirt and CD, but this one we had all these different, packages you could get, and maybe it's up there. Yeah.
Mind
Or
blowing.
pledgemusic.com/therocketsummer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be up in like a few days. There's only a few days left. But
Do you have to raise a certain amount or whoever
Oh,
pledges
you know what?
releases it? I don't know how Pledge Music.
you know what? One of the things was we have these portable, or not portable, disposable cameras,
Okay.
and and a bunch of those people got in their exclusive
Oh,
orders,
you just
whatever.
took random photos.
Yeah, and so I brought them tonight, but I left them in the car. I should
Oh,
totally
man.
be taking photos right now. But
So, are you trying to keep it PG though when you send them the camera? There's gonna be like no like poop pictures or anything like that.
yeah,
Just all self.
just chill.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
different selfies from different angles of your
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
Just in the back of your head.
They have to get the Bella.
Yeah, so we just sent it to him. Yeah, we don't know like what happens. so
That's
who
cool.
knows? Yeah.
What's the most expensive item on the Pledge Music? Is there like a
Oh man,
guest list for life or something?
there is a guest list for life.
Anyone buy that?
Yeah.
You're gonna break up next
Yeah.
next year. Did anyone
Uh,
pledge that?
Yeah.
How much was that?
I think it wasn't too crazy. It was like a couple $100s. or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much is an
Um,
average Rocket Summer show? Like $22?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
good value then.
Yeah. It's not like too crazy. So I plan to tour forever as long as I can. So yeah. Nah.
And every show they're gonna yell the rarity that he won't play. Every single
Yeah,
one.
I'll have to start learning those, right?
Brat Pack over and over.
Awesome.
You know what, fans? One day he'll play the rarities. You could just do a whole tour of rare songs at this
That
point.
would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Is there one that you would like to bring back? Is there like one of
We
your
actually
B-sides you
have-
love the most?
We actually have
400.
we have a few B-sides EPs, and so it would be kind of cool to just do like a B-sides tour.
That would be that
Yeah.
would be a big seller.
Do you think it would though?
What do you guys think as musicians? B-sides tour for the super fans.
Maybe just like maybe a show, and then that's a lot of songs to learn, and yeah, yeah,
Do like an acoustic B-side
Yeah.
thing and try it out.
And then you can
Yeah.
play anywhere.
Yeah.
And do it and it's easy.
yeah.
Get on a plane.
Maybe acoustic would work. Yeah,
Have you ever done like a full album tour where you play the whole album in full, or two
we
albums in one
did.
show?
We did that with Calendar Days and Hella Good Friend. We just did 5 shows and we played both records, and it was kind of random because it wasn't like a 10-year thing or anything like that.
You
We
just
just
wanted
we
that-
just did it.
That's
Yeah, a
cool.
few years ago. But next year will be the 10-year anniversary of Do You Feel.
That was the big
nuts.
one, folks.
So,
That was the one that won him all those awards.
and so who knows? We'll see what next year
That
holds
was the
for
year that you almost won the Woody, but then Morningwood got the award over you.
Did not win a Woody.
You didn't get a Woody either?
No, we did not get a Woody, but it was 10 years ago.
Did you ever get a plaque made from you by your distributor, like Bryce did? There's no plaque.
You guys were on Capitol, right?
Yeah, we're Capitol.
Cool. No, I wasn't. I just remember. Yeah.
I get less respect around the major shows, so it's whatever. Rodney did shows what.
That's why she's cloning herself as a sex doll for him, right?
I'll take what I can get, guys.
Let's see. Kelsey said she bought one of your cameras and she wants cool pictures. Hashtag Playana. Oh, hashtag Playana.
Playana.
I'll be here till 8 o'clock, folks. Kyle said, I've been watching you both for years, watching with my wife, Maddie Sheila, and my mom, Hex This, in the Rocket Summer. That's cool.
Cool. Wow.
Danielle said, what's the last song you listened to on repeat?
I really loved that Cold War Kids song first, right when it came out.
How does it go, Bryce?
Cheated in love, broken so fast. I'm not going to sing it, but you know. Yeah, no. You sing it. Not right now.
See, keep going.
That's the first you get hurt.
Then it gets
Yeah,
sorry.
you got it.
Where
How about
No.
Who is that? Cold War Kids?
Cold War Kids.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I thought that was like Death Cab for Cutie or something. I can't
Mhm.
tell who's who.
Yeah, that song was awesome. So I listen to that a lot.
That'd be like a big fan
After
mashup.
1979, I've never heard
It's not old school hip hop, I don't think.
Did you watch Straight Outta Compton? Speaking of old school hip hop,
I haven't seen it.
do you make it a point though to watch movies that are based on music? I mean, are you into
I
those
try
kind
to.
of documentaries and such?
Yeah, I try to.
You watch 8 Mile?
That's the Eminem one, right?
Yeah, it's that one.
I'm sorry, dude. No, but I played The Shelter in Detroit a few times. You probably played that. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. And that's like, right, isn't that where he was based or something?
No, it's the other. What's the bigger one down the street? St. Andrews.
It's the same building.
But yeah, that's where he did all his.
I meant like the first tour we went out.
No.
I want to hear that. We should put you guys. I want to hear this. I want to hear when you guys first hooked up.
We have pictures.
Are they developed, or do you send
That's awesome. Keep the questions coming, folks.
Just send him to a fan.
They're saying who's
Don't know what
in
you're going to get.
they're saying who's in the background. Should I say?
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Well, what's your project now? What are you working on?
I'm putting out a record thing news.
Okay.
Oh,
So
here we go.
wait, Sean, talk here.
Yeah, get
jump,
her
jump,
record.
Come over there.
Get her
Sure?
record.
Really quick. Come on over. Just
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be on, and I'm gonna be.
Hi.
Yeah. We're just in a band now, automatically.
Fort Worth.
Yeah, for Fort Worth.
I want you to plug the record because you
She's
were
in
on
a
my
rad
show with
band
the last
called
record.
Morningwood, and now
But I'm also gonna be on Judd Apatow's Netflix show, Love,
What?
coming out on the 19th, and yeah, it is funny. It doesn't look funny. It is funny. And I also have a record coming out on the 26th called Conquistadora, but it's just an EP, so we're in a totally different ballgame. That's definitely. And we
I can't wait to hear it.
I thank you. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm just editing the video. Like,
Dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what's new with
Wow.
mindless self-indulgence?
That's
Anything?
Mindless self-indulgence isn't around, man.
What's it? 20 years?
Self-indulgence.
Yeah, almost.
You know that one, right?
15 dead on.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Bryce are almost tied with
What's the 15-year anniversary?
Wow.
I don't know. I'm busy. Just like putting my feet up, relaxing. Doing a lot of studio work, production work,
Yeah,
Mm,
like video games, remixes,
that's cool.
stuff like that.
cool.
Do you write for other people? Have you done that?
Yeah.
Do you like that, or is it awkward for you?
No, it's cool. I love working with other people and kind of just seeing what happens.
Does it offend you if you write a song for somebody and they record it, but then they change like half of the song? Is that offensive to you? Like, what the hell? Why don't
No,
you like my
I
song
think
the way
when
it
you're
was?
collaborating, especially for somebody else, it's like you kind of have to just go with the flow. you
Have
know?
I heard anything you've written for someone else? Is there anything that's been like
I wrote a song for an American Idol, David Archuleta. A few
You've heard
years
the
ago.
name?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's super sweet.
What was
super
that song
sweet.
called? We don't-
Stompin' the Roses.
Okay.
He sent me a video of it. It was like him in like Malaysia, and all these people were like throwing roses. I was like, that's the nuttiest thing ever. Cause yeah. Malaysia. Anytime I hear Malaysia, I think of Zoolander.
Me too. I was like, the Prime Minister.
Zoolander 2 next
oh my
week.
gosh, Zoolander 2.
Can't wait. You
I
had
just
your
got a text that said, "Are you looking at these questions?" From your
I've been
phone?"
looking.
So-
I've been reading all of them. Have you had music in any movies? I mean, you've been doing it for so long. You probably
No.
Nothing?
No. Some TV shows.
What shows?
Uh,
Maybe Judd Apatow's
Ameri-
Netflix show. Music
yeah.
could appear on.
Wow.
You never know.
wow.
Because it
That's
is
awesome.
funny. It doesn't just look funny.
Ameri-
90210.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
You wish.
Yeah, the new class. The new class. Yeah.
Yeah. What shows?
I think like America's Got Talent. Friday Night Lights. Yeah, they used the song Walls as like the big comeback a few years ago when it
That's
came back to
great.
NBC. Biggest Loser, like that was really rad. Yeah, is that a Nissan commercial once? That was pretty
That's
rad.
big.
Yeah.
So you're getting
Yeah.
royalty checks left and right, huh? No wonder you can live in LA. Yeah.
I live in a.
Have you ever gotten a
cabin.
royalty check that any of you that says like 1 penny or something like really low like that? 10 cents.
See, I don't even get those.
you make under a penny.
I don't even get those. Yeah, Spotify.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Is there a way to
Wow.
avoid that? Like when your record comes out in 26, can you make it a point that it's not on Spotify right away, or it's not under your control anymore?
If you own the master.
Yeah, I mean we have our own label, and that's something we've thought about doing, but I don't know. I just kind of want people to hear it. But yeah, it's a complicated thing these days.
You said it's the heaviest record, but is this still one that they could listen with their families and everyone
Oh
can
yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sing
Although
along.
Stryker, I say there's a line in Same Air. Actually, I'm gonna show this to you guys.
Show us. We're dying.
Well,
we're dying to see
it
it.
actually might take me a while to find this, so somebody else.
Want me
might
to
have
talk about something while you do it?
Yeah, talk
Okay.
about something.
So this is my first time doing it here. I love this. I'm sold. So I'll be back here next Wednesday, same time with Palais Royale, cool rock band out here in LA. The 17th of February, I'll be here with Stitched Up Heart, great female-fronted rock band, and the 24th, I'll be here with the Downtown Fiction. You probably played with them
wow.
before, right?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so,
they've got something new coming out also. So I got all February booked. Once I said Meltdown Comics, people were like, "Oh, cool! I want to do your show again." See,
Ah,
it
dude.
works. I said HD camera. I kept my word.
I would have done it regardless, dude. But this is.
Well,
cool.
I invited you to the first one because I already knew you, in case it was like awkward, like in case the three people out. But I like it. I mean, it looks like literally the backdrop
amazing.
is my apartment. I just took a photo and sent it to them, and they made it look like we're in my house.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
It's rad.
So really quick, I don't know if the link's up there. So I don't get paid to do this show, and even now, even being at Meltdown, this is just for free. I would like to keep going forever like you, but we do need money to survive. I'm supposed to be working on Wednesdays, but I make sure I never have a job on Wednesdays so I can do this.
So rad.
Because I'm only out for an hour, but I got to drive here in traffic. I got to set up. So I went out and I bought a whole bunch of these books. We got Star Wars notebooks. We got Treasure Island, the book. We've got some more Star Wars stuff. That's such a cool shot. Look, we got another Star Wars book. Keep it going. We got BB-8. He's on a notebook. We've got some Avengers stuff. We got my buddy Matt's favorite. We got some Minions notebooks right here.
Nice.
So here's what I need from you. If you have a PayPal account, it's free to join. All you need is a checking account, debit card. You log on to paypal.com. Wish I could put it up here. They said I would. PayPal.com. You click on Send Money. Send $10 or more to help DJ Rossstar at gmail.com. As soon as I get the money, Bryce will sign something and write you a personal message. I will mail it to you, and any change I get after the cost of mailing will help me keep the show on air. So once again,
Cool.
paypal.com, help DJ Rossstar at gmail.com. There's 3 S's in my name, help, DJROSSSTAR at gmail. So please, if you can, spare $10 or more. Bryce will sign something for you. I will mail it to you. And we're going to be here probably only till like 8:15. So make sure you donate now before the show ends because we can't stick around here because there's like another show or something. So please help if you can. Right now, Bonnie McKee, she was my guest last year. She holds
Oh,
the record.
rad.
We raised $320 in 1 hour.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
I don't know if we- I
She's
don't-
an incredible songwriter, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if we can top that, Bryce. But last week we had Juliet Sims. We made $80. So maybe we can get up to
Nice.
that. Kay actually already sent $45.
Well, there you
She
go.
loves you. So we're already almost halfway to 80. Or
Yeah.
more than halfway to 80. So once again, paypal.com. I think they're gonna put the link up. I don't know, but if you want to get something signed, you might get a CD or poster from Pledge. But you're gonna be like, "Yo, I got a signed Avengers notebook from Bryce. No one
That's
else
pretty
has
dope.
that. It's pretty insane." Also, we do. I do want to take phone calls now. I want to start that segment. So, if you want to have us call you and you can talk to Bryce and ask him anything you want, crying is encouraged. Please message me right now on Facebook. It's DJ Rossstar. Send me a private message with your name and phone number, and we will pick you at random. We will call as many of you as we can in the next 10 minutes before we get to the last segment. And we're going to start right now with our first caller. So hopefully we'll get
I
some
hope
numbers.
none of my friends are watching this right now.
We'll collect some. So I'm going to put the phone
I
up
would
to the
mess with me
mic
right now. If I...
so they can hear also.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think we have that technology yet. Maybe we do here to connect the phone. Will the first caller pick up? If not, leave a message. We're actually calling Kay, who donated $45, so she should be watching. But maybe she's at work, so let's leave her a message on air and embarrass her. Let's embarrass her. Oh, wait. La 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 la.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
Yikes. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah.
Here.
Kay, what's up? This is Bryce from the Rocket Summer and DJ Rossstar.
Why are you not watching?
Yeah, where are you? Where are you? I love your name. It's my mom's middle name. If my mom is watching, I love you too.
Hi.
We'll maybe try you again. All right. Yeah,
Bye.
right, peace.
You were right. That was like a really buttery smooth voice, right? Yeah.
Did you do any phone calls on your Pledge music?
We did. Did some phone calls, did some Skype calls. It's been awesome.
Do you have like a time limit on those? Like when someone pays for that? Like how
I think
long?
we did like 30 minutes to an hour. Kind of thing.
That's a
Yeah.
long phone call.
Yeah, there's this one dude that sang to me. And really?
You're so cheap. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh
Could be on Netflix. I mean,
my gosh.
Yeah.
So you're an actress too? Like,
You're Netflix and chilling yourself. That's awesome.
that's so rad.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. I cannot wait to see that.
I can't wait to fucking see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
It's so rad.
So you haven't even seen your own stuff yet, but you know it was good because you did it.
I don't know.
But have you never acted besides?
Concept, no.
I'm in it, so it's funny.
No, I'm not the part that I think is funny.
But your music videos is acting. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're being yourself, and this, I guess.
Extension. All right, we got a call.
Wait, can they hear them talking? I hope.
Yeah, they do. We're
Or is it
calling.
just,
That,
like,
that's
dead
why we.
silence? We're just
Here.
we're just like standing here.
We're
like,
calling Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hold it up. This is technology right here, putting the phone up to the
Message
microphone.
keeps texting me.
Hello?
Hi, Stephanie.
It's like Jigsaw.
Hi.
This is Bryce. Are you watching online right now?
I am watching. Of course I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Where are you calling from? This is so weird.
You
This
know
is
who I
straight up.
am. This is Stephanie from New York.
Oh my gosh. How are you?
Hi.
It's been so long. This is awesome.
I know.
You, you good?
Yes, I'm
You good?
fine. This actually is making my night, so I was
Dude,
not
it's
expecting a call at all.
it's good to hear your voice. Last I saw you like shaved your head. Right? You had the really long hair and then you shaved it off and it looks awesome, right?
How do you know that?
I
You
saw it.
haven't seen me.
No, I saw it like online.
He's
like,
lurking.
Yeah.
He liked the picture from 40 weeks ago. He's like, uh-oh.
Oh,
I'm like
that's nice.
creeping,
Yes,
yeah.
I did shave my head, so when you see me, it's going to be really weird.
Nice.
Should Bryce shave his
I will
head?
be-
What do you think? Should Bryce shave his head, or you like his hair long?
You can do whatever you want, Bryce.
Yeah.
Aw.
Can do whatever I like.
Well, you have any questions, or you're just calling to say hi?
She's just an old friend. Yeah.
Thanks for calling. I'm going to see you in New York City.
Can't-
Awesome.
I cannot wait to see you guys.
I can't wait.
The TRS family. TRS
I
Army.
know.
Yeah, it's been
It's
so
the
long.
reunion. We're calling it the reunion tour.
Oh,
Might as well. Yeah, I could have probably gone on hiatus and done a reunion tour at this point for as long as it's taken to do this record and get this tour
That's
on.
what I'm saying.
thanks for calling.
Yeah, it was dude. It was so good to talk to you, Stephanie.
Yep. Miss you. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, I miss you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
See ya.
Where are you playing in New York?
Webster Hall.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love
they give it up
Webster
Webster
Hall.
Hall. I know you don't know every city offhand, but this is a full country, full U.S. store?
Yeah, full U.S. And we actually just announced the second leg today.
2 legs of the tour.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. There's a few week break in the middle of it for some reason. And the second leg is on this side of the country, the left coast. And so, yeah, we're playing the Troubadour out here in L.A. And then
My favorite venue. Best sound system, I think.
so good, so good.
Really good.
Yeah, so a lot of shows.
That's what you like to do. And you, like you said,
Love it.
this could be another tour that can go on for over a year, huh?
I hope so. I hope we just tour our brains out. Death by live show. Too
I
many
think we have.
shows.
Let's take a few more questions, a couple more calls, and then we have a fun little game to end the show with.
Cool.
Don't worry, I got games. I got jokes. And the comedy show's at 8:30, so don't run away yet. Kelsey said, I'm laughing and crying at this interview. The Rocket Summer, you should play like 5 seconds of your new album, please.
I don't have it. We
The
can
al-
play 5 seconds of, not the Rocket Summer, but 5 seconds of summer.
No. You should. First of all, you should sue 5 seconds of summer. That's almost like slandering your name. Brittany says, the alt press review said the lyrics go deeper on Zoetic. How exactly? How do you go deeper, Bryce?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I think I just... That's actually kind of a tough question.
Want me to keep going? Next
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Sam says, will the rope lights and or jean jacket vest be making appearances on this
Oh
tour?
my gosh.
They
The
know
rope
everything.
lights have been gone for a while. Those are hard to set up every day. Just,
What's a rope light?
I used
Like
to
Christmas?
like wrap my amps and my keyboards with rope lights, and I guess it became a thing. But
But why? Is this the thing?
yeah, I guess so.
What are you
Yeah, it's
doing
good
now?
vibe,
What's your
good
new
vibe.
stage setup? You don't know yet?
Working on it. Yeah.
So you always
Trying
try to
new
give
things.
them
Trying new things.
some
Yeah.
cool visual stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Let's see. We got some more here. Why don't you have a Snapchat? You should get on that. It's the future.
I need to do that. I was really late on the Instagram game too, so. That's kind of why I was scared to get on. I was afraid I was gonna see stuff I maybe shouldn't be seeing.
And I also don't like the impermanence.
Yeah.
Like, life is impermanent. If
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture for the internet, I want it to last forever.
That's a good. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Like posted something and then gone back and deleted it after, and you're like, "Oh crap! I hope no one saw this."
Oh yeah, I already deleted the picture of us from like.
What?
an hour ago.
Why? Why?
Just joking.
You're joking, right?
It's a good photo. Yeah.
I like that photo. It's
great
almost as
photo.
good as our photo of us from the Malibu Cafe being rich people.
Yeah.
Actually,
Acting.
I also
Acting.
did a throwback on Instagram to our photo. Remember from the Asbury Lanes
Oh my
in
gosh.
2003.
That's so crazy. That's right.
That's when we first met.
That is so insane.
You were rocking a pink shirt back then.
Pink
Yeah,
shirt.
pink too.
We
Salmon,
played at
salmon
the
colored t-shirt.
the Long Island bowling alley. Right?
Oh yeah, it wasn't New Jersey. It was Long Island. You're right. That was the only show I'd ever seen there.
It
at
was,
that
it
bowling
was
alley.
Jack Antonoff too. He played too.
Was it Steel Train or before?
Steel Train.
Yeah, it was Steel Train, huh?
Yeah.
Now Bleachers.
I remember jumping off of the drum set and hitting my head on like the little TV monitor that gave the scores.
in the bowling. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez. We're gonna get to hear a first cover on the new tour, right?
What's that?
Are we gonna hear a first cover?
Oh, maybe.
What's
Maybe
first?
in like the meet and greet, the Cold War Kids song.
Oh,
I guess,
okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing meet and greets before each show with
Yeah.
people also?
Yeah.
How is that? That's a separate
Super,
thing. That's
super
not a
special.
that's not a pledge music. That's like a they have to pay thing.
Yeah. We do. We have like a special pre-show hang and everything too. So.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But what if they can't afford it? Can they still maybe meet you after the
yeah,
show
it's-
outside and stuff?
Yeah.
They just don't get like the cool little acoustic jam.
Yeah, we do acoustic set, and you get like a poster, and it's just a little more. It's a little more time. Sometimes we got to bounce, So
How much does that cost?
it's not. It's like $20, I think.
Oh, that's not. That's really
Yeah.
good. You guys do
Yeah.
that meet and greets? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It helps us, continue doing it too. As we all know. Yeah. It really helps.
And everyone's really
Yeah.
cool and relaxed when they meet you. They don't
Super
freak out.
cool. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm collecting one more number for you. All right, we're gonna call one more person.
You're
and then we're
texting your girlfriend. That's what you're doing.
No. She's not watching me. She watched the beginning. She can say, "Oh yeah, I watched you." Actually, she donated 67 cents, so she's still watching. Love you, Jen.
67 cents. That's although better than Spotify.
That's like 67
Good.
plays. This is now we're calling Maureen.
Maureen. Maureen? Hey. What's up? This is Bryce from the Rocket Summer and DJ Rossstar.
Yeah, I'm watching you guys right now.
I know Maureen. Maureen's cool.
Oh wait, you take photos?
You know me.
Yeah,
She got
yeah.
the
I
red, she got
rec-
the red hair. She's really
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah, no, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Are you coming to our show in L.A., the Troubadour?
What's the date for
April 12th.
Yes. I'll
Yeah, I'll come out to that.
do it. You have any questions or no?
Just you said send numbers, so
Oh, okay.
hi.
Well, thanks for
Yeah.
calling in.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the Troubadour.
See
On
you
April
then.
12th.
See you then. Really good to talk to you. She hung up.
Oh.
Oh wait, no,
Bye.
Oh,
Oh.
she didn't hang up.
Bye, Maureen.
I like everyone's like, you know who I am. Like, don't.
Yeah.
You've never met another person in your life.
I believe we have one more number that we just got sent. Let's call them. By the way, I'm gonna cry, everybody. There's no.
You know who they are. That's the best part.
Yeah.
See, this is the issue with not having the chat room in front of me. Is no one is donating because they don't remember the link. I need them to put it on the screen one more time.
Like, seriously, no, don't. No,
Zero.
You
PAY.
got $45.
That's true.
Okay.
PAYPAL.com. PayPal. All you need is a debit card or a checking account. Log on to PayPal. It's free to join. It takes less than a minute to join. Once you're there, send money to help DJ Rossstar at gmail.com. I will get the money. Bryce will sign a book and personalize it. I will mail it to you. You will be happy. Last caller. Then I have a quick little game before we wrap it up at 8.
Game time.
So you don't need musical breaks.
Yeah, it's great.
Fucking hot in here, but it's still a good show.
This is awesome.
You were like a turtleneck. Jeez. Hey, you're all interesting. It's warm. Oh, hey, I don't know who this is.
Hey.
Hi.
You know who I am.
Hey,
Who's this?
this is Bryce from the Rocket Summer.
Hey, it's Kelsey from Dallas.
Oh my gosh.
See?
How are you? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Ghost of girlfriends. Past.
You
I
ha-
was
What?
talking to the other Kelseys from Vegas while we were
Do I
watching
know?
this.
Do you know that one?
that's awesome. Yeah, of course.
I love it.
Yeah, dude. How's Texas?
This is so funny. It's cold, actually, so lucky you in LA.
Yeah. Oh wow. Are you coming to any
It's
shows
cold here.
on the
Yeah,
tour?
I'm doing all Texas ones and
Heck-
Oklahoma City, so I'm
heck
super
yes.
excited. I have to compensate for like the last 3 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it's gonna,
No, it's okay.
we're gonna make it up.
And makes the anticipation all the more exciting.
It's gonna be awesome. I made a friend tonight from Texas as well. Remember the band Morningwood?
Yeah.
Did you see it when she came in?
Who came in?
Put her on the
More-
spot. Sing the song.
Shant-
Sing the song, Bryce.
Chantel. Wait, Chantel, right? Yeah. Chantel from Morningwood.
She's like,
Oh, yeah. I saw you guys are showing her.
Yeah.
I had to look
Bryce
it
is
up.
excited.
Look, I couldn't remember. I feel like
I
I
had
heard
to
the
look it
word
up.
Morningwood, so I had to Google it, and then
Yeah.
forgot to put, like, band or music after it.
Oh.
Oh.
Do it on Twitter.
Is it all porn?
Oh,
Up on
wow.
Twitter,
Wow.
Or Tumblr, or pretty much any of the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for
Morningwood and is a much better result.
Yeah.
thanks for calling in.
Oh my gosh, so good to talk to you. I'll see you in a
You
few weeks.
too.
Yeah.
See you in a month or so.
Awesome.
I'll see you too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
So I want to do one more quick game, and then before everyone leaves, I want to take a
know
group shot of everybody on the
every
couch.
single
My
person
first
called.
studio audience ever. I'm excited. We're gonna try to do this every week here. Matt, welcome back. We're about to play a quick little game before we wrap it up at 8 o'clock. This game is called I pick a random song from Rocket Summer, and he has to guess which of his own songs it is.
Oh, wow.
That's a hard. That's a hard
That is
game.
hard.
Ready?
That is hard.
Number 1.
Oh, if it's underrated?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
That was pretty
Whoa,
good.
that was.
Wait, I'm not that impressed. It's your own music.
Yeah.
Wait. No, but I'm also fast forwarding. Ready?
I was so alone. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We did this with Juliet Sims last week. She didn't get them all right, so that was pretty good. All right, we'll do a couple more. Ready?
Christmas present. Yeah.
Wow. Bryce is on. This is your life.
Well, I wrote. Yeah, well, I wrote it and played all of it, so it's kind of like
Okay.
in my blood.
Okay, sure.
It's safe. Safe. Yeah. You
Okay.
could probably even show me like a split second.
Yeah, give him less time.
Yeah.
Less time left.
Give him morning with them.
No. Even I can't.
Better when it's
Oh, it's you. I was fucking with you.
Did she- oh, mindless.
Okay, I'll give you one more. Okay,
Cool.
one more.
Give him like a titty hair for
Okay, hang on. So wait, don't listen until I fast forward. Okay, ready? What? That's it.
Yeah, songs on a business plan.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wait, ready? Hold it. Wait.
Wait. Oh.
That's it, just the outro.
There you
That was Colors. The end of
Oh,
Colors.
it is Colors.
Yeah. I remember that piano. We did that at Sunset
What the-
Sound. So.
You can tell when people like are in their production, like you
Yeah.
know their production, you're writing your song.
Oh yeah. That's Rat Pack.
Wait.
Yeah, I hear that in my sleep. So.
that Brad Pack.
Yeah, that's Rat Pack.
Actually, yeah. Let's do one more. And in the song you said, I don't want to be here when I'm 34, and it's approaching
Yeah.
soon.
Thanks for reminding me, dude.
Full circle, right? Full
Yeah.
circle. I'm the same age.
I'm
I'm
gonna
older
have
than
to-
you by like
I'm gonna
6
have
months.
to change the lyric to when I was 34.
See?
Destiny.
I can't. I can't stump you. It's
He
impossible.
knows his own music.
So you could do a B-sides tour, and you would probably know every song. Why are you saying you don't remember all the
I
words?
might not know how to play it.
Oh, okay.
But
But you, that's
You just play the iPhone and be like, oh, I know what that song is.
yeah. Well, these days I could probably do that.
Remember the song? I do.
These days I probably could just push play and sing along and.
all right.
Maybe that would
Two more
work.
questions. Then we want to promote the links before we go here. By the way, they said you should get Metro Station on. Okay. Why not? Let's get Metro
That'd be
Station on.
great.
Just shake it. Show him high life scenery. I bet he doesn't know that one. Is that like a track you're not too familiar with of your own?
We just don't really play it ever.
Okay.
Is that Kyle that wrote that?
Yes, Kyle
Yeah.
wrote it.
Yeah.
So we are approaching the end of the show. I made $0. It's okay.
Wow. Sorry.
Last chance. Kyle, Kelsey, calling you out. Colin, Brittany, C. Tate, Sam, Alex, etc. Help a brother out. Danielle. I've been doing the show since 2002. Like I said, Pack at the Disco been on the show. Paramore, Newfound Glory. We've had Seosin on the show. Say Anything. Motion City Soundtrack. Who else, Matt? All American Reject. Chantel's been on the show. Jimmy's been on. Yes, Real Big Fish has been on the show. Hollywood Undead, they've been on the show.
Wow.
And I've been doing it all for the labor of love, no money. So please, if you can spare $10, please, PayPal.com. Bryce is going to sign some of these Minion books, which probably look see-through because they're green on the green screen.
Oh.
Look,
That's
Matt,
actually
look at
rad.
that. It's like
That's
see-through.
super rad.
Yeah. So if you want something signed by Bryce, now's your last chance because we're going to be out of here in a few minutes. Before we wrap it up, plug all your links where they can find out more about you and the new album. Now you have the floor. I'm going to listen.
Yeah.
Zoetic, go. Tell us all.
Zoetic, the new album, 226, same day as Chantel's record, her EP. Check hers out as well.
Where should they buy it? Where do you make the most money?
iTunes. I mean, iTunes. You can get it on our website. We still have some bundles and stuff with the pre-order at pledge.com/therocketsummer.
Another video
Yeah.
being filmed already?
We're working on stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
working on stuff. Just
When-
shot a music video with our friend Hannah Simone, who plays CC on The New Girl. You see that show?
That's cool.
Yeah, she's rad. She's the coolest.
When does the tour start?
Starts March 11th.
Where can they buy tickets?
TheRocketsummer.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
New merch coming with the tour?
Yeah, tons of that.
Anything cool like leg warmers or headbands or I feel like it's your kind of
koozies.
thing, right?
Yeah,
It
koozies.
says Brad Pack for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee mugs. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the links: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Since you
just
don't
everything.
Snapchat.
Everything / The Rocket Summer. Facebook, YouTube, all that. So, except for my Instagram, that's just my name, Bryce Avery.
How do you
Always.
spell Avery? Like the birds, like the birds?
AVARY.
Not aviary.
Bane of my existence. Yeah, but AVARY. So.
Yes. And we still have another minute. Do you interact with fans? Like, do you answer questions when you have time online?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they can message you like on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're right back.
Absolutely.
And what can they expect from this tour in terms of a set list? Are you gonna have like a couple songs from each record?
Yeah.
Mostly new albums?
Yeah. No, it's called the Zoetic Tour. Obviously, we're gonna play some songs off the record, but we're also gonna play everything from all the other records. So not everything, but almost everything. So
And it's a 2.5-hour show.
yeah,
You heard
about
it
2
first
hours.
from him.
Yeah.
And any final message before you go to the fans that tuned in?
I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryce, for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you to my
Thanks.
beautiful studio audience.
Congrats,
Thank you to
dude.
Meltdown Comics, XSN. That's the network we're on, XSN. Check them out. They have a ton of shows on this network, and I'm going to check some of them out myself. We're here live at Meltdown Comics on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, home of the Nerdist and all kinds of other great things. So thank you guys for giving me the chance to host my own show in a real studio with microphones and everything. Thank you to our sponsors,
So rad.
Hint Water and Ace Cider. I love you all. I'm going home for a nice cooked meal. Love you, Jen. And thank you all for watching. Clap it up. 10 seconds. Good night.
Sound is
We
more
have
sound
voices.
than you're thinking.
The
That's right.
fifth chakra.
The fifth chakra. Chakra. Did you see that episode in the last
Are we going?
Airbender? Yeah, we're going to actually be in the middle of a conversation about The Last Airbender, the original animated series, before we begin this show. Remember that episode?
Yes.
Very, very late in the last season,
I might know this.
where he learns where Aang, the Last Airbender, who is the Avatar, Aang learns about the chakras and other meditations
Yes.
from his spiritual teacher, who was like an ascetic monk, the classic old man on the mountain. Remember that?
That is very fitting
Remember that episode? Yes,
because
very
later
fitting.
today we
Awesome.
will be talking about Osamu Tezuka's
Tezuka's
Buddha.
great classic Buddha.
That is the godfather of manga,
Yes.
Osamu Tezuka,
Yep.
and one of his best texts here. And we interviewed him about this book, Klaus, the Santa Begins, if you will.
Santa Begins,
The
yes.
very beginning of Santa. And this is issue number 3, which we will be getting to. So
I didn't
now,
even know that Grant Morrison was our inaugural
Yes.
interview inside our green screen studio.
he gave a very awesome interview where he talked about multiverse theory and
Yeah.
magic and science and how they coincide. And you'll definitely see some of that in Klaus when we talk about it later.
Awesome.
Do you want to bring up
Awesome.
anything else in nerdy news before we dive into these books of the week?
Nerdy news. Yeah, well, I could. I don't know what you were referring to, but let me think of something. It'll come off the top of my
Anything.
head. There's a lot of nerdy news, and
Even
Cool.
if it's just you personally.
yeah, I could. Well,
Yes.
I had a great birthday just this past week. Had a really fantastic birthday.
Yes.
And the scars are here in my liver. Okay.
I thought you were going to say heart.
No, right here in my
And then
liver.
I was going to
No,
let you
I've got-
cry
got
into my shoulder.
total cirrhosis of the liver now. From all the parties, the karaoke, the bars, the nightlife. It's been a great birthday week. Thank you to everybody for the celebrations. But in other geek news,
Yes.
I have heard that Warner Brothers is going to release a brand new television commercial or a new trailer every week from now until the opening day of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
This is a movie I have been dying to see.
Dying
Dying.
to see.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have been doing. Dying. to
Chomping at the
see
bit.
it, man. You know what?
What's that?
Everyone says that there's questionable faith and questionable buzz. Even mainstream reporters.
Yes.
Not just us in
Yes.
in the geek circles of reporting, but everybody.
Yes.
Even general trade magazines like The Hollywood Reporter,
Yes.
Variety, they say, well, it looks kind of iffy. We're still not quite sure what's going to land.
You know what I think it is?
That hasn't stopped Warner Brothers and their marketing
I
machine.
think it's because the property really mattered to people.
Yes.
And a lot of people see the heroes like Superman. Like, think about it. Superman is such a big mythic hero.
Yes.
He's the granddaddy of them all, basically.
Yes.
And no matter how you approach it, it's going to be splitting hairs almost always. It's
Yeah.
a really hard battle to win to get it just right. And what I think is great about what I've seen about Batman vs. Superman is that we're seeing the public polarize him between either basically the destroyer of worlds or the savior.
Yeah.
Our sort of perception through almost a media lens of how do you feel about this guy? How do you feel about Superman? Is he good or is he bad? That's exactly how Snyder has treated the material.
It's true.
We don't know. And Batman, the same degree. He just Henry Cavill had a really interesting point of his interview where he talked about through his lens why Batman is such a bad guy. To Superman, he looks like any of the other baddies out there. He's
Yeah.
basically in Zod's armor. Why
Yeah.
should he trust Batman at all? So I think it's really great, and I'm very happy that Zack Snyder came out and said that when he was making Watchmen, he learned about consequence. That when you make superhero films, they shouldn't just entertain. They shouldn't just be about quirky, like, oh, guys, remember the '70s soundtracks of the era, and
Did
things
he-
like
did
that.
he take a stab at Guardians with that?
I don't know if I
Okay.
took at
Yeah.
anyone, but
Okay.
anyway, he basically
Okay.
says these films should also be about consequence because when they first started out, they were moral stories. You
Indeed,
know,
they were.
So I think it's going to be really awesome to see two people of the world's finest learning how to become the world's finest, learning how to be Batman and Superman, one of the best pairings in all of superhero history.
In the Japanese international trailer that
Yes.
just appeared today,
Yeah.
there's the exact dialogue from Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, Mr. Affleck, and he says, in response to Jeremy Irons, who has replaced Michael Caine as Alfred.
Yes.
Jeremy Irons is talking to Bruce Wayne, and Bruce says, he, referring to Superman, he brought the war to us.
Yeah. It's actually a lot more harsh of a term. That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
He swears. Batman swears in this one. He's a little
Bruce
edgy.
Wayne has a very myopic point of view.
Yeah.
Of what Superman is.
Yeah.
But
he is the proto Lex in a way, and I think that's what's going to happen. Is we're going to see Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is going to be sitting there watching Bruce Wayne put Superman on the ropes, but not finish him off, because in some moment Batman's going to see the humanity in Superman, and then go, "I can't kill this guy." And Lex is going to go, "What do you mean? You had him on the ropes. Finish him." And then from then on out, he's going to try and finish what he saw Batman do, which was basically just make Superman bleed.
Okay. Intriguing.
Now, that's
good place to start the game.
That's what I want to talk.
Okay.
Just because DC, the books, I didn't include them this week because I like to take my time. This is the down and dirty reads that I did for the week, which is very topical because Deadpool the movie is coming out soon.
Literally.
So
that marketing campaign is also over the top.
Very
now.
smart.
Yes.
You'll see on Sunset. Yes. Phenomenal reviews.
You mean early reviews
coming
early
in
test
from the
screenings have come in?
sidelines. Yes.
Wow, really?
Now, I really love that Deadpool has been advertising like it's a rom-com since it's coming out
on
Valentine's Day
weekend,
by showing Ryan Reynolds pre-scarring and grossness pre-Deadpool, because there's that one scene where that happens, and then the love interest sitting next to him. It's going to dupe so many girls that are going to come to the film, those girls that aren't comic book fans, because there's plenty of comic book lady fans out there.
How do you think it's going to play for the nerds and the guys who really want to take their girl out?
It's going to do well.
Does it pay to tell the truth to the girl about what movie you're taking her to?
No, because I love that reaction of like, yeah.
So you shouldn't. You take your girlfriend out, just don't tell her exactly what Deadpool is
You don't
all
need
about.
to. You don't have
But if you want
to.
to learn some very authentic, good Deadpool details, what do we got here?
This week, there's been several Deadpool books that have come out. This week, we have a number one of Deadpool and the Mercs for Money.
So a lot of the mercenaries in this.
Yes. Yeah. Now, is it just me, or does Mercs for Money, is that redundant?
Yep, it's redundant.
Or is it just them putting out what they value most of all? Making sure there's no like gray area. We are mercenaries. We're doing this for money.
That's right. Well, so was Han Solo.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to say that Han Solo for money.
Yeah.
You didn't have to ever say that.
So I just want you to know that they're about the Benjamins. That's all.
That's funny.
So in this book, we're introduced to some mercenaries we've seen, others that.
Oh my God.
This is
These
building.
characters are crazy.
This is building a team that Deadpool could almost have his own Avengers. He could be the Captain America of his own Avengers team with all these mercenaries. So we're introduced to a number of mercenaries. The first one, Stingray, deep sea exploration suit turned air and sea battle armor. They allude in this book that he's already been a part of the Avengers. So he's kind of the maybe moral compass of the group. And we'll see him right there at the edge of that page. My contact fell out. It's all blurry. I'll read some of these to you because they are really awesome. The way that they just build. Terror, he's this abomination-looking creature. Immortal, body absorption, and say that word for me.
Transmogrification.
What does that entail?
To transmogrify.
There's something going on in the back.
Huge excitement here at the Nerdist showroom. Wait a minute, watch out. Everyone's getting on stage now.
I don't know what they're chanting. I think it's something saying feet.
Oh my gosh.
What?
How can they fit this many people in the showroom?
I thought they were saying fiat, please, which I don't know if I'd...
please? No, they're saying VIP.
VIP.
Okay.
I was like, if you really want a fiat, you're going to be broken down on the side of the road. Anyway, let's get to these other mercenaries while they cheer in the back. For the Meltdown show, which is a great show, check it out Wednesdays.
Transmogrify?
Yes, tell me.
Well, that's what happens to transmogrify, is what happens when you go from Bruce Jenner to Kylie Jenner. Caitlin, excuse me.
Is
Caitlin.
it?
No,
No.
I'm joking. No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't mean transgender. It is transmogrified.
Yes.
Is another fancy pants word for transmutation.
Yes.
Transmutation.
And he does that a lot in the book. Basically, body parts fall off, and he's like a walking Frankenstein that can just attach anyone's body part, and it works just fine. So there'll be people whose heads get lopped off in this because it's a Deadpool book, and he can just pick up their severed head and put it on and start talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's a portion of the book where he's walking around headless until he gets one of those heads, which is also funny to see him in basically the Deadpool equivalent of a Quinjet, just standing there headless.
Oh, cool.
Being like, oh, what are we going to do, guys?
Cool.
So that is Terror. Next we have Greg Salinger, the Foot Killer.
The Foot Killer.
Oh, excuse me. Fool Killer.
The Fool Killer.
I think I said Foot Killer because Deadpool does lose toes in this, and he's very upset about losing toes, even though that they grow back.
Ooh. Oh,
But yes,
wow.
he kills fools. Greg Salinger does. And then we have Slapstick, who is a living cartoon.
Living cartoon Slapstick.
And I'll show you this, even if it's blurry. He's right there, a clown with a chainsaw about to descend upon people. We have Solo, the anti-terrorism teleporter, and he basically teleports above people and shoots them in the head. You know, that classic bit.
Wow, cool.
And then we have Masacre, which is Spanish for Deadpool.
That's not massacre?
Masacre.
Oh, massacre. Is
Yeah.
that it? Yeah, massacre.
Yeah.
Massacre.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But they're playful with their subtitle calling in Spanish for Deadpool.
Spanish for Deadpool.
Yep.
Ah,
And then we get to basically the main man, Deadpool. So basically, once we've established the whole cast, they are going out and trying to get this basically sarcophagus. You don't know what's in it. And basically, it's a living sentient computer that has files on all the heroes and all the villains. Because remember, we're dealing with mercenaries. They're not heroes, they're not villains. They walk that gray line or green line of money. They don't care anything else. Maybe that's why they're highlighting this.
I get that.
So that's what is sort of they're protecting. They have precious cargo that they're told not to open. And it's not until we get to another group of mercenaries, the Crazy Gang, which is a Lewis Carroll-inspired killers from an alternate universe.
Gosh, Lewis Carroll-inspired, Alice in Wonderland-inspired killers from
And
another
we'll
universe.
show that splash page.
Oh, that is so cool. That is really
where
fun.
basically the Red Queen is there and she's shouting. She is shouting, "Orf with their heads." Eds.
Orf with their...
That's
Orf
the Cockney.
with their heads.
Yep.
Ah.
Which I am dating a Brit, and
yes,
she
good bits.
hates any occasion
When
where
someone does a cheap Cockney accent.
someone does a cheap Cockney accent.
Really? Yeah.
So I'm sure she would see this and grimace and go, "Okay, funny." But
So
this
she
group
must love
is
the orcs,
really
the way the orcs talk in the Lord of the Rings, because they always talk in nasty, bass Cockney accents. We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right? So she probably thinks that's like awful.
she.
All the orcs in the Lord of the Rings
I think-
have nasty Cockney accents, and they sound like Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
They do.
Which
they do.
anytime I try,
It's true.
anytime I try the accent, that's what she
Does she
alludes.
smack you
she
down?
she says Dick Van Dyke.
It's
That's
Dick
all.
Van Dyke.
And at first I thought it was a compliment. I realized not at all.
Yeah,
But
no-
yes, so that's the opposing
funny.
mercenary group. So basically we have two rival gangs fighting each other. A lot of blood, and then the big reveal that
And
they're
and
after.
a lot of crazy comedy, too.
Oh yeah.
A
It's a
lot of
Deadpool
crazy
book,
comedy,
so
yeah.
there's going to be tons of comedy. That's almost like I can't sell you this just by talking about it because you have to experience all the jokes in the dialogue. And I don't want to ruin them for you, but there is like 80 jokes per page. Now, this is a book that is $3.99, which is actually pretty cheap for Marvel because they like to bring up the prices. But why it's an amazing deal is because this isn't just Deadpool #1. In the back, after all the ads that they're letting you know that Haunted Mansion, because now Disney, that they're coming out with that Haunted Mansion is going to be made into a comic, and they're putting that into advertisements.
Super cool, the Haunted Mansion.
After
comic.
all the advertisements, we get to Spidey #1, which you're like, what? There's a whole nother #1 comic that they didn't even advertise on the cover for?
Oh, cool.
That's true. So they have two #1 comics in here. $3.99 is the price. So that's basically two $2 comics. which is the price of like any of our back issues. And
That's-
this is
that's
new.
great. Brand new, and Spidey #1.
Yes, so this is Robbie Thomas, Nick Bradshaw, and Jim Campbell on this
Because
book.
the new book is not called Spider-Man. The new book is not called The Amazing Spider-Man.
There is one, but not this one.
This new book is Spidey #1.
Yes. And
I love that new title.
The
That
title's
loosey-goosey
great.
title,
The,
Spidey.
the title's great. It harkens back to that feeling of being a Spidey fan, of
Yeah.
of Peter Parker when he's a teenager and he's in school, he's trying to get by,
Yeah.
which you would think that Miles Morales would maybe sort of supplement that energy now, but there is almost a seriousness, especially following Secret Wars,
Yes.
that Miles Morales has been shown basically. So we don't. The property needed that lighter, fresher side again. So with Spidey, that's basically what you get. You get a book that has the big splashes like this, where he's just shown soaring through the skyscrapers. I love the inking in this book. It is
Me too.
amazing.
The inking is real. I was just about to comment on that. I was just looking through some of the artwork here. Mm-hmm. Do you see the way these colors pop?
Yes.
Lavender, white, and yellow?
Yeah.
It's just really, the inking is, and the color work, both the color and the ink, excellently done.
The reason
Excellently
why
done.
I stress the inking is just because it has that heavy ink style that feels like the Spidey of like yesterday,
Yes.
but it's brought to life with the freshness of color and subject matter like the teenagers today that are tweeting. So basically, Spidey apprehends a bad lady, a villainess, and after he webs her up and basically incapacitates her, he takes a selfie with her and then uses the hashtag thwarted no filter. So I think that
No
was,
filter.
I think it's really, it's nice because there's also a Spider-Man Deadpool comic that's coming out, and you realize that these are the two biggest wisecrackers in the entire Marvel universe, basically. So this is bringing back the wisecracking Spider-Man to the Marvel universe with Spidey. So this is Deadpool
cool.
and the Mercs for Money, #1, and Spidey #1, combined into one book, $3.99. That's a really good deal, and we have lots of them here at Meltdown Comics.
I'm digging this. This is really good. This is really good stuff. A great place to start.
Yeah?
Deadpool and the Mercs for Money #1.
Yes. And
The bonus book inside. Well done.
so we had that
Well done.
Spidey #1. Same week, Spider-Man #1.
Not a double issue, a standard issue.
What is unique about this Spider-Man
Yes.
right away that you understand? Whose book is it? Whose suit is that? Is maybe the question that
wow.
identifies. He's lost in as soon as you turn, there's a
I'm looking
big
at-
splash page that
there's
we'll
a big
get to in a
splash
second.
page, which is just
But
blowing
this
me
is
away.
Miles Morales'.
Wow.
Yes.
This is
Miles
fantastic.
Morales' Spider-Man #1. He is
Wow.
our Spider-Man that has a little bit of a different power set from Peter.
Yes.
But he is.
Miles Morales.
Yep.
He's American Latin.
Yeah.
He's American Latin, indeed. He is it.
Is that it? American Latin instead of Latin American? That's
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
Either Dominican or Puerto Rican. He lives in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, he is an amazing character. I love him because he
I'm
he
digging
is
this.
that he is that young. He's not quite Peter Parker though. In fact, in this issue, he tries to wisecrack and it's just not the same because he's filling in for he was filling in for Spider-Man for a while. So he had to grow up almost immediately and own the suit.
He's Blatino. That's
Mm-hmm.
another way of saying it. He is Blatino, isn't he?
I think you can get away with that.
Of course we can.
You
Are
can.
you kidding?
I just think of
If
him
they
as
can-
Miles
if-
Morales.
If they can say it on E! Entertainment News, right? If they can say
don't
it
know
on,
if that's
they can say it
the
on
route.
Chelsea lately, then they can say it on.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we can
Well, I
debate
mean,
whatever.
I think that's a cool thing. That
I
we
think it
have
is too.
So gone into a world now where all of our lead characters are not homogenized,
Yeah.
white, regular, Nordic.
And
or
what's-
what, it's so refreshing.
What's very cool
To have
is
our
that
characters-
Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Yes.
shouts to Cap,
great.
and you realize that it's Sam Wilson,
Yes.
which Cap is not black. So it's these cool
right.
characters.
Yep.
This moment where they're talking to each other, and it's just understood as the norm right now, which
Thor
I think
is a
is very
woman.
cool. But okay, I've
Not
held
to
it
be
off.
digressed,
I've
but
held it off
you gotta see this
far
guy.
too long.
This is really
This is
super
the
cool.
splash page, basically.
Where
You
the
don't
villain-
even need it to be in focus to understand
How
what's
epic
going
that
on.
is. The villain Black
Now
Clark is
that
here.
is a splash page.
Yeah.
You see how small Miles feels.
Should we focus that? Because
If you want to. Okay,
Yeah,
so
super
we're
cool.
getting help from the sidelines
cool.
to make sure that this is in focus so you can see
look at that.
all of the awesomeness in that. And you know why Miles feels a little small? Is because, keep focus on that,
I love this artwork.
we
I love
we
this
see in the opening, the Avengers, I almost said the Justice League, the Avengers are all taken out.
artwork. Oh wow, they're all yeah.
And Miles he gets to step up and take a shot at Blackheart, who
Yes.
pronounces himself son of Mephisto, prince of the underworld.
Wow, this is so.
Which Mephisto,
This is ridiculous.
if you don't know who that is, he's a Doctor Strange character. I'm sure he had an origin somewhere, but I
Yes.
know him through Doctor Strange.
Through Doctor Strange, yes.
Which we'll probably see in the Benedict Cumberbatch movie, or he'll be alluded to as the like sort of presence off in the distance. But I bet he shows up in that. So anyway, this gets into what is at the heart of every Spider-Man story, which is how do I go on being Spider-Man and lead a normal life?
Yeah.
And the girl that he was pursuing basically says, buzz off, you blew me off, I don't have any time for you. This isn't like Mary Jane or like Gwen Stacy saying, oh, it's okay, Peter, I understand maybe, and just being really confused. She's like, no, you're done right away in issue number 1. And we get the family dynamic too, which I love. Very structured approach to family, showing what is going on. Basically, dad is listening to mom chew him out because his grades aren't up. His grades are not up. And she's like, what's going on? Is it drugs? And he's like, oh, what, drugs? And dad takes the good cop route and basically says, your mother's upset and you've upset her. You're gonna make this right, correct? And then Miles goes, yes, Dad, I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is for a different crowd, for a different younger crowd that maybe wants a more serious Spider-Man, because that's what's cool is we could go back and forth between who's maybe the more comical
Yeah.
and who is the more serious, and still have it be in-house, which I think is totally cool.
I dig that.
What did you find in there that most impressed you besides that amazing splash?
Well, it is really, really good.
Oh yeah.
It's really good for the pedigree. Mm-hmm. And it's really good for the brand, especially with all the excitement building up for the upcoming Doctor Strange movie.
Yes.
To cross-pollinate some villains from Doctor Strange area over to these other characters.
Yeah.
That's very, very good. It's also, much to my surprise, the big end splash page, which I hesitate to show the audience online because it is a big reveal. But
Yeah.
to have this
I
character
think it's
show
good
up,
to withhold that.
Yeah,
But
it's
we'll
good
give
to withhold it.
we'll
But to have
give
this character show up just like this is fantastic.
We're talking about
Oh,
a
so
certain
good.
character.
There's a certain
The
character who
last
shows up
last
here.
thing that I'll show that's super gratifying
Really
is
awesome stuff, man.
Miles saying, "Oh my God, do I dare?" And he picks up Cap's shield. How gratifying is that?
Do I dare?
To see
Guess I do
Miles
dare.
Morales Superman, or excuse me, Spider-Man,
Miles
picking
Morales,
up
Spider-Man.
the shield of Captain America.
I hope
Pretty
someone's
great.
filming this.
Yeah.
And the little caption where he says, "I hope someone's filming this."
Yeah,
That's pretty badass.
which is happening.
Yeah.
It's being filmed right now.
I'm digging
Crazy.
this. The artwork especially.
Yeah.
And it's a
It's a Bendis book.
it's a great.
So you know
place.
it's in good hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really solid read for the week, and it is also $3.99.
Yeah.
Not another issue in here like in this one, the ultimate deal, but this is a
Wow.
really good story.
Not only do we have female characters
Mm-hmm.
and other ethnicities represented, but it's really fantastic to have female artists. There's
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Pichelli, with her credit on the masthead. Really refreshing.
Yeah.
This is the day and age to be embracing comics and comic fandom.
Really is.
More than ever before. An idea whose time has come. Female writers, female artists. I'm all about Lumberjanes. I'm all about
Yeah.
Noelle Stevenson, Ginger Hayes, our friend. We've interviewed her so many times. I'm all about Jill Thompson, who's married to the writing powerhouse Brian Azzarello over at DC.
Yeah.
But everything Jill Thompson touches, everything that Colleen Doran touches.
Anything that Kelly Sue DeConnick touches.
Yes, I love
Amazing.
the fact.
Pretty
yes,
deadly.
amazing.
Bitch Planet.
Colleen
Censor.
Doran and Jill Thompson were blazing the trail for female artists in the DC
Yeah.
and Marvel world back in the late 80s
Yeah.
and the early 90s. Okay? In fact, Colleen Doran, I think she started in the 70s. But it's fantastic. It's great to see diversification like
Yes.
this. Let's go on now to a classic writer who you mentioned at the top of the show.
Yes.
There he is, Mr. Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison and his book,
Oh,
Klaus,
super
or
awesome.
the subtitle, Santa Begins,
Santa Begins.
which I just love. 'Cause
There's some really satisfying stuff going on in this series as well.
now, I know we've talked
Really
we've talked
satisfying.
about it on the show before. His
Yeah.
number one, which was when we had him here in the shop and he was promoting it, and we had him on Meltcast and he was talking about it.
Yeah.
So to catch those readers up to storm, because this is number 3. This is number 3.
Yep.
Very necessary issue, but I'll catch you up.
3 of 7 from Boom Studios.
Basically, Santa sees this kingdom that is under the rule of a tyrant who's basically has all of the workers mining coal for him. So that's a way in which we get the coal link to the Santa mythos.
Yeah.
Basically, there's no joy, there's no cheer, nothing whatsoever. The town in 365 days, miserable, awful. And he's trying to bring joy to at least the children. At least the children. He's trying to liberate the entire town, but he's trying to bring passion and imagination to the children and kind of do it under this Zorro-like veil of secrecy where he just pops in and pops out. And so one of the first pages that I want to get to
The artwork is also wicked good.
Yes.
Really awesome artwork in this book, guys.
is a splash
Wow.
page.
Wow.
Get,
oh, yeah.
get
Love
the
that.
sidelines
I
cut
love
up.
that.
Where in a very almost Assassin's Creed-like way, we have our Santa overlooking all the chimneys
Yep.
of the realm.
All
And
the
you
chimneys of the
know what's
realm.
going on here is the children are putting wish lists into the flue,
Yeah.
and the heat is rising them up out of the chimney.
Oh, the heat.
Yeah.
Instead of burning, they just
Instead of
rise
burning,
up out of the chimneys.
yeah, they have a because the way the coal is something to do with the coal. It's just one giant piece of coal instead of like several coals.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how it's burning, but it's basically sends the wish list up. So we get the chimney part of the mythology.
Love it.
And the good boy, good girl list. When you make a list for Santa.
I love this.
So that's already been introduced into it in a very under tyranny way, which I think is amazing.
And Grant Morrison has to introduce psychedelic aliens
Yes.
into everything. It wouldn't be a Grant Morrison book without psychedelic aliens being brought into the narrative.
As somebody told me,
So
when you get
awesome.
to the page,
So
turn
awesome.
on Hendrix because
Yeah.
things start to get weird.
Turn
this
on
isn't
Hendrix,
this isn't
yeah.
quite the splash page of issue number 1.
Oh, that was
But
amazing.
that
though.
was
That
something
amazing.
of
Yeah.
issue number 1. But what you see here on the right of the screen is tiny little blue aliens making their way through. And they're
Klaus refers to them as the spirits of ice in the forest.
yes, the spirits of ice in the forest. So
Yes.
basically, these little alien ghosties are leading him through, sort of making the choices, guiding him, and he is accepting their guidance. Basically,
Yeah.
he goes. He has
Instead
his
of being
mission.
terrified by it. He
Yeah.
accepts their guidance.
Yeah, he basically is saying, I'm going to spread joy. How can that be wrong?
Yeah.
And if these spirits are telling me the way to go about doing that, then I'll listen to them. They don't seem like tricksters. They just seem to come out in very colorful fashion.
I love it, and I love the interior of this cavern.
Oh, yeah.
I love the forced geometry on the floor versus the natural geometry of the texture of the ceiling. It looks almost like bio, like
Yes.
some kind of strange bio-mutated
A sinew of
sinew or
sorts.
something. Yes, it's really suggestive. The artwork is so evocative, and thank you, Dan Mora.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan Mora. That's all I can say. I mean, love the story. This panel here in particular
Oh, yeah.
is great.
You know what?
There's some great desolation.
We're both like,
you
we
want
wanna
to show
show you-
desolation.
Yeah.
There's a way to show desolation. The use of shading and color is exquisite. So there, take a look, everybody.
And
Take a
so
look. It's fantastic.
this is the tyranny that I told you about. This is the cave where sort of, I don't know if this has already been, mined of coal. It's still kind of veiled there. But this is a giant cavern where this almost coal beast
Yes.
resides. And the tyrannical dictator is
That's
basically
so cool.
talking to the beast and saying, just lay low. We're about to unleash you. So
Oh man.
I don't know
that's
what
so
happens
crazy.
when this Balrog comes out, but
This
he
Balrog.
wants out soon.
You see the way that the editors put the word balloon there
I'm
in
here.
that panel?
Yes.
It gives a greater affectation
Yeah.
of
I know it
a
is.
quiet voice surrounded by silence all around it.
In
If
the
they
word
had-
bubble, it
yeah,
says, I'm here.
I'm here,
But look at
announcing
how much
himself.
negative space there
If
is.
he had put it right next to him,
Yeah.
next to the tentacle figure, you wouldn't have had the same feeling. The sensation of your voice goes out into nothingness, and you don't get an echo.
Yeah.
You don't get anything back. It's padded, weird, heavy silence. And the editors of the book are smart enough to even put their captions and their word balloons in the right place. I bet you Grant Morrison had something to say about that.
Yeah.
He's that smart on that level of how he wants things in the panels.
And he's also just like he is a
real gamer.
really just good spirit. Just
He
a
is.
really nice guy. Like when we were essentially nobody when we asked him to, we hadn't had like a huge guest on yet. We're like,
Yeah.
you want to come on to Meltcast? And he's like, sure. And I
Awesome.
could have nerded out and talked about all of the books that he's done and the influence he's had in the industry, but I basically just wanted to sit and ask him how his brain thought and what he actually thought about reality.
Yeah.
And what he says in that interview.
God, it's so worth looking.
is
Where do we
amazing.
find this? Where do we find that interview?
If you go to Meltcast,
On Meltcast.
on Meltcast
Yes.
through meltcomics.com, that's our blog. It's also on Audio Boom, SoundCloud, various platforms that you'll find that. I believe it's number 37 of ours, 36 or 37.
So worth it. So worth
And we
checking
have
out.
just the interview. You can listen to us talking about the interview, or you can listen to just the interview. It's really great.
telling you have to appreciate when a mind is actually working at that level.
Yeah,
You've got
and he
just-
wants to share it with you.
Yeah.
Because he
I
could
appreciate it.
he could have easily just wrote us off as, nah.
I'm so glad he chose to work in this business.
Yeah, and
I really am.
a really
That's so
weird,
great.
what's the word? Serendipity, maybe. I don't. What's the word when something like happens and you're like, it's just so weird it happened at that moment in
That's
time.
serendipity.
Yes,
That's what it is, yes.
I was in LAX trying to go home for the holidays, and Grant was looking around, lost in there. I don't know what he was trying to find, but it was just a moment of, that's Grant Morrison. And I could have been like, hey, it was nice having you on the show.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to like watch him just kind of be lost in an airport. He was such a like Merlin, just being like, where did I leave my wand? You know what I mean? It was so great.
That's that is awesome.
So yes,
That's awesome.
tip
dude.
of the cap that I'm not wearing, but Cliff's wearing. To
Tip
you,
of the
Mr.
cap
Morrison.
To you, Mr. Morrison. You are awesome.
Your inspiration to us all.
He is indeed. And I want to drink ayahuasca with you someday, Grant Morrison.
You're going like,
Because he's doing
You're
that.
going-
How else could he write these things?
you're
that-
going full 11. You're
How
turning
else-
it to 11.
How else could he write what he writes?
Because there
in
was a
these
period
books?
where he did do it.
Yeah,
and
no,
now
of
he's-
course. Yeah. The
now he got
ayahuasca.
all
man,
the inspiration he needs.
DMT, the spirit molecule. That's a documentary worth checking out.
Is that one?
I've never done it before. I've never tried it, but it's all about that. And
You-
Grant Morrison is way on top of that.
You know what I think
He
would
was back in
be
the
really
Invisibles.
trippy
Way back in
with
the Invisibles.
ayahuasca?
What?
Not that I'm condoning it, but I bet
Oh.
the amazing forest would be pretty
Trippy.
amazing.
This is trippy just by itself.
Yes.
This is amazingly trippy just even if you're super sober and never ever touch anything.
Oh yeah.
This is some mind-blowing stuff.
Yes.
So
Now,
funny.
This is put out by IDW.
So funny.
It is the number 2 issue, and it's $3.99. And you might be saying, wait a minute,
So
it's number
crazy.
2. What about number 1? But what's cool about these books
Yeah.
is, well, we have number 1 here at Meltdown Comics.
You do. Thank God.
But, yes, but
God.
number 2, any book in this series, it's okay when you jump in because there's 4 short stories that are here, and they're contained to just themselves.
Oh.
Sometimes there's going to be recurring characters, I'm sure.
This is like Island,
Yeah,
perhaps.
like
Perhaps
Island.
It's an Island
Yeah.
is also from Image. No, this
Image.
is IDW.
This is IDW.
and this is this is the entry in the new format, which is actually making a lot of waves in the industry.
Yeah.
The comics anthology
Yeah.
monthly magazine.
And the reason that it is
Magazine.
making such waves is because you can jump in at any point.
You can.
You,
Yeah.
if you're kind of like, oh, there's a gap in my collection or something like that,
Doesn't
I
matter.
understand. We get it. We like
Mm-hmm.
those perfect, like in chronological. But if you just want something to enjoy for the week,
Are you down for this wave? I mean, it
definitely down.
makes everything
Definitely
different.
down.
You can digest short stories.
Yeah.
You can digest content in a different way.
Yeah.
And the author, the creators, they get to work in a short format.
Yeah.
And every month it's different.
You also
without
get-
having to have a story
and you
arc
get
that
exposed
goes over
to
for a year.
so many more artists. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You're getting
Yeah, yeah,
four
yeah,
different
yeah.
artists
Yeah.
or more, and 4 different writers or more.
It looks like an old business model from what we're familiar with from Heavy Metal magazine, which was doing this back in the 70s,
Yeah.
the late
Which
60s.
Mr. Grant Morrison.
Yes, which, speaking of El Diablo, yes, Mr. Grant Morrison is now actively in the editor's seat,
Yeah.
working as a new contributing editor-in-chief to Heavy Metal magazine, which is the original hard fantasy and hard sci-fi anthology series. And it's something that people are not, smartly, not referring to these as comic books. These are monthly anthology magazines,
Yeah.
like Island. And the folks on Amazing Forest, wow.
They've got some work done for them.
Isn't it amazing?
So basically,
They've got some stuff I
we'll,
can't
we'll,
believe
we'll,
they're
we'll come at
publishing.
you like
I can't
hot
believe
and
they're
heavy and
publishing
fast right here on these because there's 4 that we have to talk to about in
This is-
one issue.
this is
So
great.
the very first one is basically about Detective Dunk.
Detective
he's like
Dunk.
he's basically the guy that's like the noir sort of. This was the 4th sword stolen in 2 weeks. All previously owned by some of the most bloodthirsty men in history. And all I have to go on is this picture, the man with the yellow dahlia. You know, it just feels like that sort of noir style. And he's the cop that no one's listening to because he's talking crazy talk. And he's like, no, I'm on to something. These are cannibals that are stealing these swords. And they're killing people and eating their bodies with it.
Oh, great.
And basically, there's a long chase. And the payoff is, you see that they have been stealing the swords. But they've just been using it to cut up their meat. They're aristocrats who have been stealing some of the most expensive swords to just treat them like silverware. They're not cannibals at all. They're not committing murders. They just want to cut up meat and then
Swords
and
for
then eat
foodies.
it. Yes.
Swords for foodies.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And then
That is so funny.
the cops that are making fun of Detective Dunk, basically saying, "Oh, we see you got one of the cartoon villains there when he gets the man with the yellow dahlia."
Yeah.
They're on a different assignment, which turns out to be the actual.
Cannibalistic devil cult.
Yes.
Crazy.
So you see what I mean? That's like the payoff with these. Is basically it's a setup and a punchline, 4 different stories. Now I don't want to ruin too many of the punchlines for you, so I won't get to the reveal on some of them. I'll just do the setup. So basically, the next book that it moves on to.
The variety of the artwork is ridiculous. Just look at the cover. The cover itself is a gatefold piece of art. So amazing, huh?
There is a character
Unbelievable details on it. This is like Where's Waldo?
leaning further and
See
further,
this? This is
fall
totally
into
like
the cover.
Where's Waldo, isn't it?
It's pretty great.
This is Amazing Forest. Look at these characters.
That crying giant mystic.
Isn't this amazing?
Someone at home is just like, oh
Wow.
no
This
way,
is ridiculous.
man.
It is ridiculous.
So
I'm telling you.
one of the next stories that I really liked in there is basically there is a character who looks a lot like Miracle Man, if you know the
He does?
character.
Oh, yeah, he does look like Miracle Man.
And I'm sure he's supposed to
Pete's sake.
pretty closely resemble.
Yeah.
It's basically, he is a god, or God, however you want to define it. It's basically saying he's someone who came before, he had the power to make life. He watched as the humans destroyed each other because they were arguing there's no God, and some people were like, yes there is, and it's a name, and they were arguing over the name and things like that. And so these are comic books that are actually talking about, you know, the human condition that we're in and the culture, and we're just kind of yelling at each other about what is probably a very similar truth. And he basically exterminates all the humans and basically says, I got it wrong. Humans were not the route to go. But then he's like, I envision a world with just beasts. And the thing is mountains catch fire. There's still devastations. Animals eat each other. and there's nobody to really observe and understand what they're on and appreciate it for what it is, and maybe potentially save it. So he realizes that an Earth devoid of humans, there's no one to appreciate it really and understand, at least to like the smallest iota, what is great about Earth, but also possibly save it sometimes. You know, we have our eco warriors. We have people who are doing those things that can actually save the planet. We have that. If it was just beasts, they might not be ruining the planet, but there's still going to be, you know, turbulence and maybe not a force to stop it. We could be that force. So it's a very cool thesis that they put out there.
A little statement.
Yeah.
Perhaps about the necessities of chaos?
Yes. And after he leaves the Earth,
that's interesting.
after saying like, oh, humans got it wrong, in a very Prometheus way.
Yes, and I did catch that in the last few panels.
There's a creation that still forms out of his abandonment of the planet. A one-eyed walking flower.
So cool.
So there's still a creation that survives, which I think is great. And then at the very end, complete switch of
this style of art is the craziest.
Yeah.
This style of art in this third moment from Amazing Forest.
Yes.
Actually, it's the final bit. It's called Agro Man, art by Buster Moody. Mr. Buster Moody, you are my next guest on our live show.
Yeah.
I have to talk to you about what you've created. It's just
amazing.
It's just amazing. This artwork is so. Talk about shading.
Yep.
Talk about chiaroscuro.
It is really fantastic. And basically,
what is this?
This is a.
The word balloons are kind of crumb, aren't they?
Oh, for sure.
Real 70s looking.
Yeah, we'll show you what those word balloons, and we'll show you what's going on here. To the left of the screen, we see who is meant to represent the epitome of good, since our villain is basically like a shadow creature. And he keeps alluding to, you haven't told your people your secret. And you think it's just that he's fat, that he's just been eating a lot of food. Really, the shadow guy has made our hero pregnant.
Oh, the hero's preggers.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a dude with the beard, and he's got a baby inside.
That's a mind-blowing concept.
Now I won't give the big reveal. This is honestly the coolest part. This is a really good reveal because you think that these stories aren't connected, that they're 4 separate stories.
Yeah.
But at least in terms of issue, the very reveal of who's the baby on the inside is pretty trippy. But we're just going to keep this between...
We're going to keep this between ourselves, but this is
You
crazy.
recognize this character because he was in the
crazy
issue.
trippy.
Okay.
Oh, right, really? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, hey, well then for the last one, we're going to have to leave the best for last.
Yes.
Been looking forward to talking about this.
As we've promised before.
This other book, Mirror, another conversation on another week, because that's really worth
Mirror,
listening to.
I'll give you the very short. Mirror,
the artwork
it
is
is
nuts.
like it is a narrative that is fractured, like you just threw something at a mirror. The panels, the storytelling, everything, just a complete mess, but in a way that you're meant to observe it as a mess.
It's stunning. It's really
very
quite
cool.
stunning.
So now, our very last book, which we promised, Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga, creator of Astro Boy, has documented.
Creator of Astro Boy?
Yes.
You're kidding.
Creator of Astro Boy.
I know that, but I'm responding to the producer behind the scenes who said, I don't know that guy. You don't know the producer? Come on. Astro Boy?
Astro Boy. You know, Justin.
Of course you know Astro
He's just
Boy.
shaking his head because he wants us to explain more.
I went to the Astro Boy store in Japan.
Yes.
Amazing.
If you...
Tezuka's work has been groundbreaking and so influential. He's the godfather of manga for a reason.
He is almost like if you wrapped up Alan Moore and Jack Kirby into a ball and maybe even Stan Lee and just threw them at manga. Yep. He is all that in one, so he is a big deal. Check him out.
This was originally published when? In the 60s?
The 80s.
The 80s?
Yes.
Okay, in the early 80s.
I believe so, unless I read what they're collecting wrong. But I think it was the 80s.
Okay, definitely worth looking at. The story of Siddhartha, the Buddha, told from a remarkable perspective and a complete perspective. There is a vast fabric of theology and mythology
We are
in
talking.
these stories.
We're talking about book 1.
book one,
Book one out of how many?
Buddha.
6,
Yeah,
5?
of 8.
8.
Of 8.
One of 8.
These are all
available
very
here at Meltdown.
thick collections, $14.95. That
Volume
is
number
very
1.
cheap for something this dense of a read, and
is.
taking on the subject material that it is. The opening of this book opens with a parable that I think is very relevant to the understanding of Buddha. So basically there's a Brahmin. We will understand the Brahmin, the master, are basically our high priest, our spiritual connection. He's wandering and he stops in the mountain. You'll see, which finger's mine? This right here. He's fallen, and there's 3 beasts that see that he's fallen, and they all try and gather food for him to regain him to strength. The bear grabs fish, the fox gets berries, the rabbit can't find anything, can't bring anything back. So in a moment, he decides that the fire that's been built for him, he's gonna throw himself onto the fire. Which is very like, what? What are you doing, Mr. Rabbit? Why would you do that to yourself?
This is why the cover looks the way like the cover looks.
Exactly. So
Wow.
you see the cover where he's holding up the rabbit. You'll
Wow.
turn to the page where basically the rabbit spirit, the Brahmin sends him into the sky, and there's a constellation of the rabbit in the sky. And this is how he frames the narrative to understand that it's about sacrifice. It is about sacrifice. If somebody is at their very last moment where their life essence could leave, the belief is you give yourself to that person because and my understanding of Buddhist philosophy is very, very, very new, but very budding, like a lotus flower. If you're doing harm or you're doing well-intentioned actions towards another person, you're either hurting or helping yourself.
This is
and,
fantastic.
And a sacrifice such as what the rabbit did for him is ultimately helping himself.
That's a trademark of Tezuka's work and always has been. His commitment to human dignity.
Yeah.
His portrayal of human dignity.
Yeah.
And human kindness and human foresight and forbearance even. There's few authors who are at such an epic level as Osamu Tezuka. And what's on display in these Buddha volumes, amazingly, they have all of the volumes available here at Meltdown.
I've made sure of that because it's just that good. And you know what's amazing about this book is it's called Buddha.
And it's a new way for people to get introduced to the mythology behind Buddhist religion.
And it's about the story of Siddhartha before he becomes Buddha, which eventually in the series he does become Buddha. But this volume right here, this tells you so much more than you would have expected because Siddhartha, baby Siddhartha, doesn't even show up to the very end. We are introduced to the friends of Buddha, which is Tata is one of the friends of his, who is basically, he can teleport into the consciousness of animals, inhabit their skin, and he becomes one of the best friends of Siddhartha.
That is so cool.
Huge epic journey where we go from him as a kid to the friend of Buddha, to then Buddha's actions and how he affects everyone. It's a massive story. $14.95 for just this one volume alone. That's
each volume,
this thick.
I believe. Each volume is
Amazing.
about the same price. This is fantastic. So we have a very complete segment. We've gone all the way around from pop culture, deep into Eastern philosophy and religion, and all the comic book artists involved. Thank you to everybody for participating this week and coming to see us on Shop XSN. Derek, thank you for your discernment. I have to say thank you, sir, for your discernment.
I
and
do
your
it
good taste.
because I love it, and
This is a man of great
I know that you love
ladies
it too.
and gentlemen, and he has exceptional taste. So if you have any questions about graphic novels or comics, come on down to Meltdown
I work
Comics.
on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
We're going to sign off
And
for
now
now.
Wednesdays.
But Shop XSN has a lot more mischief in store for you. Stay tuned, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Derek and Clifford signing off for now.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for the recommends, my friends. Good night.